The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody. He's a macho. Savage, you're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it, the macho.
Wrestling fans throughout radio land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the Ugandan Giant Kamala. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe the Trash Talking Radio Show from 7 to whenever we get done is by using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the Trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday night, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous taking the road warriors leading the them. If you know what's good for you, you'll listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
It is times like these that the world needs heroes and entertainment, and with that I give you the greatest live talk show known to mankind. With inflation being at its highest points, we need someone to show us the ways of good taking on evil, and someone who has the heart of Snow White and the strength of Thor. He, along with his sidekicks Tras9h, also known as Trish, Trash's babe, known as Ashley, they will fight crime and make the world right once again. Please welcome me in a round of applause for the vital idol Class C Mike Trash. You may all be seated. Thank you.
Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night. It's the best night of the week. And as always, we're here for your entertainment pleasures. And we're in Mexico. Is that where I said?
Brazil.
Brazil. We're in Brazil tonight. Found this really cool website. It's it'll change your background to something else. Oh, wait a minute. They can't hear me. Trash Talking Radio. Nope, that's not it. Trash Talking Radio. There we are. Oh, there we are. Trash Talking Radio. Tuesday night. It's the best night of the week, and now you can hear me, hopefully. That helps when you don't put your earphones in, because you don't need to this week. This week, we've got something really special. Oh, wow. Hey, our view's changing. I don't know what we're seeing now. I think we're in Brazil, and it looks like we're going to the jungle or something. Oh, it's nice to see the water and all that stuff. It's nice to have a live video feed for a change. How you doing, Doug?
I'm doing great. Just watching the video feed.
Yeah, well, actually, we're out in the jungle. We're doing the show from Brazil. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, we got a really good show. Wow, this is really it's a nice looking place. I mean, nice. I wouldn't mind being there. Oh, they need to clean their water in their pool. Wonder if we can leave them a note. Anyway, Doug's live in the studio with me, and we're just getting the show started. I am a little bit late because I ran into a technical issue, but
and that hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah, I've been kind of, well, that's because I started talking to you, and I didn't do my work instead of getting you, and then your microphone decided it didn't want to work, so then we had that issue, so now hopefully it's all taken care of. But, yeah, this is an experiment with the background, because all we got to do is go and, all I got to do is touch it, and it'll change to somewhere else, I think. Maybe not. It's not doing it. They're making me, oh, now we're going to, looks like Nova Scotia? No, we're going, oh, this is Brazil too. That's a nice area. I want something different. I want like, there. I don't know what that is, but that's really, oh, that was a big bug that flew down. Anyway, we got a good show today. We're out, there's my window back there. Yeah, you know. Wait a minute, let's see, is that, oh, this way.
We're up on about the 5th floor.
Yeah. We're spying on people. This is our new office. Anyway, wow, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So I'm just gonna get right to the birthdays. Get that done. I know how much you enjoy that.
Yes, how much I enjoy them.
And I did actually weed out people I knew for sure you weren't gonna know. There are a couple that I'm hesitant because I don't think you might or might not know them. So we're going to start out with Martina McBride. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I need to have someone actually do this for me. I need to talk about it and let someone else do it.
You need a producer.
Yeah, I need a producer. There you go.
You know, here you go. I don't know who she is.
Oh, really? I thought you would know her. Isn't she I might be wrong. No, I may not know who she is either. She might be I think she's a singer. Oh, yeah, there she is. She's a singer. Anyway, well, if you don't know who she is, we'll let it go. She is 60. Hard to believe that's 60.
That's 60?
I know. I can't. If you're 60, you know, if you're making that kind of money, you can get yourself fixed.
You can get yourself fixed.
This one you better know, and if you don't know, oh wait, who's in the chat room there? Trish is. Oh, country star. She's a country star. So I didn't know that. I mean, I figured she was
somebody.
Well, actually, that's who I thought she was. I thought she was country, because she looked like a country star. I don't know. What's a country star look like?
I'll tell you how much I know about country music.
Yeah, that tells. Okay, you will know this one.
I will.
You will absolutely know this one. Will Wheaton.
Star Trek fame.
Yeah, and early, because that was the next generation.
Yes. I'm going to say he's got to be 62.
No, 54.
54.
54. I thought you were going to say a lot lower. I thought you were going to say like 35.
No, dude, Next Gen was a long time ago.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that long ago that it was 54. But, yeah. Now, you better know this next one, because if you don't, I'm going to be really looking bad here. I don't know him. You do. Dak Prescott. Looks like Dallas Cowboys do.
He is, I'm going to say he is 31.
He's 33, so you get the point. All right. Next one, you might not know this guy. He's from another country. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold. I'm going to say 70.
The governor?
He's many governors ago.
Okay.
I'm going to say he's 78.
79. Good shot. Lisa Kudrow.
Lisa Kudrow. Don't know the name.
Friends.
Oh, yes.
She was
yes.
ditzy one. I guess they all ditzy. They were all ditzy.
56.
63.
63 already.
I know. I when I saw that, I said, really? You're not going to know this guy. I put him on because I like this guy. Christopher Nolan. He did Batman Forever. He did a bunch of Batman movies. Now, he's not an actor. He is a director. So he's pretty. He's one of my heroes. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't expect you to know him.
I thought I was your only hero.
Well, one of my heroes. Actually, he's done Memento, which was my favorite all-time movie. It was a movie. Do you know what Memento was?
No.
Oh, that movie, that freaks you out because The movie is played backwards. So you see the end, and you don't know how he got there. So they back it up little by little. He loses his memory. And that is one of my favorite movies because I thought it was the most artistic, awesome movie. And it really was one of my favorite. I've seen that movie a number of times, and every time I see something different when I watch it.
Really?
It's a super, really good, I think, in my opinion, one of the best movies ever made, just because of the way they did it. Like, he's reliving all this stuff that first he wakes up in a hotel room, and I think I don't remember if there's someone dead. I haven't seen it in a while, but he's got to figure out who killed this person. Did he kill that person? That we don't know. And he's reliving it. And then he gets picked up by this guy who the guy says he's one of his best friends. So he believes him because he doesn't remember anything. Well, this guy may or may not have been the cause of the person that got killed to be killed. It's just, he just relives it over and he can't remember things more than 24 hours. And then when he goes to sleep, he loses it all. It's a really cool movie.
Background of Groundhog's Day.
It was before Groundhog's Day was made. Oh, no, maybe not. Groundhog's Day was probably before that. But this is an awesome movie. This is not a comedy. It's a really intense movie. But he was the director of that movie, and that's one of my favorite all-time movies. So anyway, he's 56. I don't know if you know her or not. Her name is Hilary Swank.
Don't know her.
She was in. There's a picture. Oh, you can't see that. There's a picture of Clint Eastwood. He was in that movie. He wrote that movie, and it was about a woman boxer, and it was really cool. But anyway, she's been around for a while too. She's actually 52.
Really?
I didn't think you would know him or her. Here's someone I really admire. One of my heroes, Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban. He is
owner of a couple of teams, or
owner of
a team anyway.
Basketball team.
Yeah.
I thought about running for president once.
Yes, he talked about that when he was. I think he talked about that when he was in Shark Tank.
So let's see. It's hard to tell with him. 59.
68.
68.
Yeah, I kind of thought he was younger than that too.
Well, he's too young to run for president.
Here's this picture of him. We all have pictures of us looking like that. This next guy, Wesley Snipes.
Wesley. I'm going to put him at 61.
He was in that one movie that he played. He was with the dancer guy, Patrick Swayze. They dressed up like women.
Oh yeah.
Movie. I have a friend who acted in that movie, and it's kind of funny because I now have a direct connection to that movie because he acted in that movie. It was really cool. Yeah. Anyway, what did you say?
61.
64. Good enough. I don't know if you know this woman. She is the writer of. Oh wow. J.K. Rowling's, the writer of Harry Potter.
Yeah, and she's in trouble a lot because she takes an anti-trans
she
position. She's in trouble all the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to say she's 73.
61.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to save this one till last because there's a reason. I don't remember what the reason was that I did that. Oh, no, I can do that now. Okay. Do you remember the Zac Brown band?
Yes.
Zac Brown has got a birthday.
Well, if I remember the Zac Brown band, then he's got to be 70.
No, he's way younger than us.
Really?
Way. He's 48. Now, the reason I was going to hold off on that is that he was in the news also. He just gifted cruises to 37,000 fans at Fenway Park that came to see him in concert.
Wow.
I mean, that. How much do you think a cruise? Cruises are like $1,500, right? Or at least
$7,000.
Yeah.
I guess you're on the inside of the bottom deck.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the ship.
You're cleaning up the scum.
Yes.
You might be the scum that you're cleaning up. Hey, how you doing, Brian? Good to see you. How much you allowed to be off? I gave him 5 years. 5 years is what I give him. I mean, but I don't really. We don't keep track of it. That's for accountants to do, and I'm not an accountant. Jason Momoa.
Nah, I don't know.
The women.
Is he a wrestler?
He is Jason Momoa. No, he's an actor.
He's an actor.
He was in a bunch of things. He was in Fast and Furious. He was in that Roblox movie or whatever it was that Jack Black had. He's going to be in a whole bunch of stuff this year too. He's been in the movies for the past couple of years. He's got a body that we would kill for. I mean, he's one of those guys that. Oh, is that what he looked like before? That's funny. Oh, you can't see it. There you go.
Yeah, I see it.
So he's 47. Did you ever watch Weeds?
No.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect you to say yes, but this person's in. This is for my sister, Mary Louise Parker. You probably don't know who she is, but that's her big claim to fame. She was in a series called Weeds, about a woman who was struggling to make ends meet, and then she ended up selling pot. It was actually came out before Breaking Bad, and the guy that wrote Breaking Bad said that he would have never written Breaking Bad if he had known there was already a show like that. And one was weed and one was meth, but it's just kind of funny. But I watched it. It was good. It was good. You may or may not know the next guy. His name is Kevin Smith. He was a filmmaker. He was an independent filmmaker, but he used to look like this, and now he looks like this. He lost a lot of weight. He's from New Jersey, actually.
New Jersey.
Yeah, you might know.
How old is he?
I don't know if you know him or not.
No, don't. I'm going to say 56.
That's good. That's what he is. That is exactly right. Now the youngest one on this list today, which is a lie, Martha Stewart.
The youngest one on the list. She's 85.
Yes, she is. She is. The next one you may or may not know because I don't know your style of music, but James Hetfield of Metallica.
No, that's a little hard for me.
He used to look like this.
Yeah.
He looks like this now. Or that, I don't know.
I'm going to say 71.
He is 63. You'll probably know this next one. He's the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT of football. And my favorite athlete of football, Tom Brady.
He's 47.
49. Good enough. Barack Obama has a birthday.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Barack's birthday.
You probably heard his name once or twice.
Yeah, I think I recognize the face somewhere along the line.
I think he was president for a while.
I'm going to say he's 59.
He is 65. Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob.
He has been around for a while. He probably looks like this more than any of the other ones.
Yeah, I can't see over there in the corner.
Oh.
It's all right, I see him now.
Yeah.
Move your head. I see him. I'm going to say 60.
Stood up, you could actually put his head on my shoulder.
No, 65.
He is 71. And lastly, you better get this one, because you are the only one that ever talks about her. I do not talk about her, of the two of us. Meghan Markle.
She's going to be 49.
45.
45.
Yeah. You didn't do too bad. You were within range of most of them. That was pretty good. The Zach Brown thing is really cool, though. The fact that he gave all those cruises away. I'd be a country fan just for that. For that day.
For that day.
Hour.
For that hour. 3 hours.
Well, no, for 10 minutes. Shoot, I can't even go 10 minutes. Forget it. Forget everything I said. But yeah, that's today's stuff. That was a nice way to get started. Get these out of here. Yeah, that was more than I wanted, but I've got this new way of doing it, and it just is a lot easier than what I was doing. And I think I'll keep doing it that way because I can narrow it down a lot quicker with things. Let's see where we are. Oh, did I lose? I lost. Wait. There's our window shot. There we are.
Where are we at now?
Oh, that one gave noise. Look. I hear traffic. Where are we at? We're in Italy. No, where are we at? We're in Dubai. How do I turn the sound off on this? Oh, there it is. There we go. All right. Let's see. Next. Let's see. Where's my notes? All right. We got a lot of ways I can go with today's show because there's lots of stuff going on. I don't know where I want to start. Okay. Let's start with this one. Mexican drug lord arrested. Guess why he was arrested?
Why he was arrested?
Yeah.
I have no idea why.
He killed. He allegedly ordered an influencer live streamed who did it. It says here allegedly ordering influencers live streamed murder after she broke up with his son. She's a live streamer. She was ordered, he tried to kill her after she broke up with his son.
Wow.
Why would you do that? I mean, if you're gonna kill someone, don't tell everyone. Let's just tell everyone I'm the killer. Oh, some people just make no sense at all. He's got to be a catch, though.
That son better be a good catch.
Yeah. Well, at least he's going to run the empire now that his father is going to jail, probably. Yeah, here it says, a Mexican cartel leader who allegedly ordered a TikToker's live-streamed murder because she and his son had broken up has been arrested. Ramon Angel Averes Ayala, I don't know. A senior figure in the Jalisco New Generation cartel was captured by special forces in downtown Atatona, somewhere in Jalisco, wherever that is. He was also wanted for the assassination of Carlos Manzo, the mayor of Uruapan, who was killed during a Day of the Dead festival. Well, I guess he was killed on the right day.
Yeah,
you wouldn't even know he was there. Anyway, yeah, nice guy. So he's no longer going to be an issue.
Trouble is, they cut the head off the snake, but the snake grows another head.
Exactly. Hey, I think did this just change? No, it didn't. Okay, I was wondering if this just automatically changes. Okay. Here we are in downtown Dubai. All right, here we go. World's third smallest country changes its name. Do you know what it?
Smallest country.
Yeah. It used to be called. Waiting. Here it is. Changes its Neuro. The world's third smallest country changed its name to Nairo. Like, why? Why? Change it to Bob or something easier. I don't know why they changed it, but the Pacific Island country of Nauru has changed its name to the Republic of Nauru, the president said, matching the spelling and pronunciation in the national language, whatever that means. So, there's our other headline. So, yeah, I don't know. This time, why would you change your country's name? It's like changing. The U.S. decided they don't want to be U.S. anymore. But it's such a small country, I guess nobody cares. This is pretty interesting. 2 bird sculptures carved from mammoth ivory 40,000 years ago. These bird sculptures, they were...
Wow.
40,000 years ago.
They were artists.
That's crazy that... and out of a mammoth ivory, I'd have them arrested. You're not allowed to do that. Oh, he says 193 countries or 209 with islands. And Christine said, I would produce and click your buttons if I didn't have to do it in the basement with all the spiders. The spiders aren't
What
here.
spiders?
They're not here on Tuesday night.
Yeah, they don't.
They're only allowed here on... and she said, hey, Doug.
Hey, Christine.
So, Adidas drops college-themed shoes in time for football season. There we go. I don't understand, but 14.
In other words, the school colors are on all the sneakers.
Okay, that makes sense. Not like logos and stuff. Okay. It says here the Adidas is released. Now you took that away. Why'd you do that? I can't. Launched a new Desario Evo SL EXO sneaker collection themed around 14 college football programs. Let's see. What teams are? Do you follow college?
Used to. Don't anymore.
Do you have a favorite?
Penn State.
Well, of course. Yeah. Let's see if that was one of them. It says the collection features Arizona State Sun Devils.
Penn State's on it.
The Grambling Tigers, Indiana Hoosiers, Kansas Jayhawks, Louisville Cardinals, the Miami Hurricanes, Mississippi State Bulldogs, North Carolina State Wolfpack, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, the Penn State Nittany Lions.
They're there.
Tennessee Volunteers, Texas A&M's, Aggies. What's an Aggie?
I think that is a steer.
Oh, okay. Texas Tech Red Raiders and Washington Huskies. Designed to serve as game day accessories to complement team jerseys and attire as the 2026 season approaches.
And I bet you that's going to become so popular they're going to have to make more of them.
Darn. So they'll make extra billions of dollars.
Yes, they will.
Wait a minute. Let's see. Mexican out of Mexico, Mike, your friends need you here. I'm not going to Mexico. Never, 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 never. I want to stay alive. So I know a lot of people going down there for vacation and stuff, but I don't know.
Not me. Not Mexico.
I want to stay in my country where I belong. Oh shoot! I just hung up on my. Oh shoot! Where's my what? I just got rid of my towns. Let's get it back here. Birthdays. Where you at? Videos. Birthdays. There we go. Let's get that back. We need that. I kind of like seeing it there. All right, well, window. Where do you think we'll be? Ooh, Spain. Whoa. Well, we were talking about Spanish. I don't know why they're moving their camera around. Hey, what are we looking at? Looks like we're looking at clothes.
Hanging up.
I don't really want to see clothes. Let's go to another town. Let's see where we're going. We're going to West Bengal, India. Looks like the place I grew up at. And that could be
Does
taken either
needs a
way.
vehicle. You need a vehicle.
Yeah. Well, it kind of looks like my grass outside now because I need to cut it. Yeah.
You're a robot to do that. What's the matter?
One of these days I'll have time to do that. I got it sitting out there. I just got to sit down and have time to sit. I think Saturday I'll have time to do it. I think. I don't think I'm doing anything Saturday. Am I? Oh, yeah, I am doing. Oh, jeez. I am doing something Saturday. Help my sister get her tree taken off of her shed. She put a tree there for some reason.
Just a place to store it?
I guess it's just sideways on the thing. So it's taken a lot of roof. I'm surprised it hasn't collapsed the roof because it's a really big, thick tree. But yeah, I think that's what I'm doing this weekend. Just remember that. So someday I'll get to do the lawnmower, probably by winter.
Put a plow on it.
And it's getting deeper out there too. It's not too bad yet, but it will be in about a week. All right, next. So we did the Adidas. All right, here we go. What time we got here? I want to make sure I don't run into your time. 26,000 migrant kids lose lawyers. Deportation may loom. I don't know if you saw this or not.
I did not.
An estimated 26,000 unaccompanied migrant children will lose access to legal representation starting Monday after federal governments allowed a decades-old contract to expire without renewal. Contract dispute leaves children without lawyers. So, what are your thoughts?
Off the top of my head, without knowing any details, I think it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that their parents are gone or not here.
I'm assuming either that or they don't want, the parents don't want them.
All right, so it says an estimated 26,000 unaccompanied migrant children will lose legal representation starting Monday after the government allowed decades-old contract to expire without renewal, leaving thousands facing deportation proceedings alone. The Office of Refugee Resettlement stopped paying nearly 100 legal aid organizations in November after attorneys refused to provide confidential client information about the children in their care. The legal groups maintain that sharing such details would violate attorney-client privileges, creating a standoff that resulted in the contract's expiration on Friday. The network of attorneys have been providing federally funded legal services to unaccompanied minors who cross the border without parents or guardians for more than 2 decades. So apparently this is...
Well, I understand the dilemma.
Yeah.
The government wants information and the lawyers don't want to give it up as a client.
But
lawyer.
What kind of information do they want? I mean, these kids have been here apparently for a while. A lot of them.
Attorney-client privilege is a constitutional...
See, the thing I'm worried about is, are these people troublemakers? You know, are they in trouble with the law, with our law? And are we wanting to send them back because of that? Or is it just because they're here? You know, unaccompanied means their parents aren't here with them.
That's right.
So how young are we talking about?
We could be talking about 17-year-olds.
Right. If we're talking about 5-year-olds, how'd they get here? They had to get here somehow. And so that kind of stuff, that's all weird stuff. And it doesn't tell you anything about ages. So it's something to think about. It's something that is in the news, and it is happening. Heat dome is baking the West. It says here, a heat dome is gripping the western United States from Arizona to Montana, pushing temperatures to record-breaking levels and forcing hundreds of residents into cooling centers as overnight lows offer no relief. 115 degrees.
That's a little warm for me.
Oh, let me get my sound turned off. India's getting noisy.
Sounds like a wind chime.
Yeah, I don't know. There we go. So that's yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird thinking about 115 degree weather. Phoenix climbed to 116, while California, El Centro, California, hit 118 degrees. That's just insane. Wow. I'm kind of glad I live on the East Coast now, even though they don't get snow. I'll take some snow when it comes to 118 degree weather. Oh. So, yeah, the temperatures, that global warming thing. I don't think that's what global warming is all about, but Amazon becomes the 5th company to top $3 trillion market cap at its as its shares reach an all-time high. That's insane.
Amazon rules the world.
Here's some more. Here's some other companies that are huge. Oh, the page I'm looking for is not here. Oh, that wasn't what I expected. Okay. We'll go and get it, whether you like it or not. Oh, by the way, I dropped a. Did you watch Sopranos?
No.
Oh, there was a guy in Sopranos that died recently, and I watched Sopranos. He's also been in other things, but the thing that I know him mostly was his Sopranos. He was called Big Pussy. He was a pretty cool guy. I like, but he's been in other things too. But that's the thing I know him from. Here's more companies that are over $1 trillion cap. NVIDIA,
okay.
Alphabet, which is Google, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft. I don't know what TSMC is. Broadcom, Saudi Aramco, SpaceX, and Meta Platforms. They're all over
a lot of them are very familiar.
And it's weird because I thought for sure that I know that SpaceX is on there, but I thought that Tesla would be on there too. But I guess they haven't hit the $1 trillion mark.
Well, it won't matter when they merge.
Yeah, well, when they merge, then for sure.
Here's Apple. They're third on the list, and they still can't get an Apple Intelligence to work right.
Yeah. Christine said, yes, the phenomenon of adults using unrelated children to pose as fake family units at the U.S. border remains a documented something. I got to get the a documented reality, though the scale, holy cow, she wrote a lot. Where did I put it? Where was it? Though the scale and specific methods are heavily debated, government agencies refer to cases where the same child is used repeatedly by different adults as child recycling. However, rather than random kidnapping, this fraud and more frequently involves smuggling networks and extended family structure.
Thank you, Christine. In my profession, we ran into Christmas time where families would come in to sign up their kids for gifts.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And we ended up seeing the same child come in 5, 6, 7 times.
Nobody has any kind of some people just don't.
They just pass the kid around so they can get more gifts.
So
I'm assuming that's what you're referring to, that it's very similar.
Similar, yeah. It's weird because, you would think that some people, I guess there's just no morals or whatever in those people.
I used to look at it like that if they'd spend as much time obeying the law and figuring out how to do things on the up and up as they spend trying to game the system, they'd be very successful people.
Now, when I was a kid, my parents signed up for those things. And I remember...
But I'm assuming they didn't lend you and your brother out to other people.
No. They couldn't do that. Nobody wanted us, so they paid us to get out. No, I mean, but it's a shame because, they're hurting other people in that same situation. And it takes away from what the purpose of that is. You know, some people are selfish enough that they won't allow other people.
But it's not only that. Sometimes it's organizations.
Yeah.
Because we would try to do a clearinghouse every town we went to. We tried to get into the clearinghouse or create one where we would exchange lifts so there wasn't duplication.
Right.
Do you know who fought it? A lot of liberal organizations fought it.
Wow. We're in Montreal.
We're in Montreal.
Yeah. I guess it automatically swaps. Yeah. That's a shame. I don't know what that was. What was this one? Oh, this is sad. This is really sad. So this father was sent out by his wife to do an errand. And while he's away, the mother kills their children. And she wanted to kill herself. She didn't succeed with herself, unfortunately.
Wow.
It would have been better if she had killed herself first, then killed the children, because they'd still be alive then. But a Massachusetts courtroom heard the anguished 911 call Patrick Clancy made after discovering his 3 young children strangled in their home basement, a moment that brought the accused mother, Lindsay Clancy, and courtroom observers to tears. A 7-minute recording captures the husband's devastating realization that his wife killed their children before attempting suicide January 2023. Patrick Clancy returned home from a pharmacy errand to find blood throughout the master bedroom and an open window. His injured wife, lying in the yard after jumping from a second-story window, told him the children were in the basement without revealing they were dead. Still on the phone with 911, he ran downstairs and discovered his 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and 8-month-old strangled with exercise bands. The recording captured his howls and cries as a confused dispatcher repeatedly asked what happened. She killed the kids, he yelled. I just couldn't even imagine. I couldn't. I just, something like that is just so...
My initial reaction would be, sitting here, would be that she wouldn't be alive right now. I'd be sitting there, tried for murder.
Yeah, because, I mean, how do you do that? I mean, I'm not one that's into kids, but if you killed my kids, I look at it like if you killed my dogs, you know, watch out.
Same thing if you love dogs.
Yeah, but if I had kids, I would love them the way I love my dogs, you know. I feel for him, and
that's horrible.
Because now he loses his wife and his kids. Because he loses his wife, even if she's alive, he loses that person that he thought she was, and he basically lost everything at that point. Because you lost your kids and stuff like that. How do you kill a 9-month? I mean, or whatever it was, 8-month. Yeah, 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. I just the husband forgives, and he faces his ex-wife in court. I mean, how could you even forgive that?
Well, you're commanded to forgive. You're not commanded to forget.
Yeah. Well,
with forgiveness, well, you can talk yourself into forgiveness, but forgetting and trusting again, that's the hard part.
And he's a saint. Says he publicly stated he forgives his ex-wife, viewing her as ill rather than evil. The trial marks the first time he has seen Lindsay since January 2023 killings. If convicted of murder, she faces life in prison without parole. If found not guilty due to lack of criminal responsibility, she could be committed to a state mental health facilities. You know, that's how she's going to want to go, too. She's
out in 2 years.
Yeah, and that's wrong. I don't know.
I don't care if she was mentally ill or not.
Speaking of wrong, I'm going to do something that a lot of people think. I'm going to talk about something a lot of people think are wrong, and this is the topic. DOJ investigates gender dolls. Parents are outraged. The Department of Justice has launched a new federal investigation into gender identity teaching dolls being used in educational setting. According to reports from Defending Education, the probe marks a significant escalation in the national debate over age-appropriate classroom materials and parental rights in education. Thoughts? Do you need more information on what they're for?
Yes.
Okay. I should have given you that because I read that and I thought, okay. All right. So federal authorities are examining the use of specialized dolls designed to teach gender identity concepts to students. The investigation comes after concerns were raised about the appropriateness of these materials in school settings. Defending Education, an organization focused on education transparency, confirmed the Justice Department's involvement in reviewing how these teaching tools are being implemented across the various districts. The dolls reportedly feature anatomical differences intended to facilitate discussions about gender identity with young students, raising questions about parental notification and consent.
How young?
Good question. Let's see if there's a...
Because there is definitely a difference between teaching someone in my granddaughter in a preschool and teaching someone in...
have a date, or it doesn't have an age. Well... That's a good question. I wonder if we could find out... well, if I play that, I don't know if we'll hear it.
Now underway into the Minnesota Department of Education after reports schools were planning to use gender identity teaching dolls with young children. It's a case that sparked outrage from parents and educators across the country after a parental rights group first filed a complaint with the DOJ and the Department of Education. Joining us now to discuss is Erica Sanzi, Senior Director of Communications for Defending Education.
What age group do you think would be appropriate for this?
Probably, it probably goes younger than this in most people's minds, but middle school.
What's middle? Is middle like junior high?
Be like junior high.
Like
probably about
9, 10?
9, 10, 11. They want to do it younger. I have trouble with that.
I think younger's way wrong. I think really it should be, if you're going to teach it, it should be in the teens, I would say.
Well, that's where I'm at. But I'm sure that they're thinking teens already know a lot about it by the time they're a teenager.
I'm not That's, oh man, I don't even know what I don't even know what age I would, because I'm not a parent too. That's
Well, see, here's the thing. Most parents would, some don't because it's very difficult for them. But most parents want to teach their children about gender roles and gender specific things. They want to teach their child that according to their values. Right. I can't imagine a Muslim would want a teacher teaching their young child about gender roles.
Because they don't.
Because they have a different view of that than what most Americans do.
Most women are
subjugated. They're subjugated.
Yeah. So, boy, that's a tough discussion there.
So, just picking, I'm not trying to pick on Muslims. I'm just thinking that is one of the most.
But that's
that's a situation in America.
Yeah.
Somalians in Minnesota probably would be very much against this because they don't want a liberal feminist instructor teaching their children.
Oh yeah.
Their young girl what to think and how to act. So, well, they probably wouldn't want it the whole way through, and I know that fundamental Christians wouldn't want any of it done.
Right.
Either.
Right. Yeah.
The whole way through school.
Well, let's see if they tell us what age group we're talking about. I should have looked this up.
The organization that helped spark this federal investigation. Erica, great to see you as always. Good morning. What are my gender dolls, and how do we get her to a place where some educators think it's their job to introduce kids to gender identity using dolls in the first?
See, that's one thing that I'm wondering. Is it their job? Is it? Do you want to? I mean, do you want a teacher teaching your kids about gender identity? I think that's a dangerous slope.
I agree, Mike. I don't, but the only hesitation I have is working in the inner cities as long as I have. Children don't get very good parental education.
Yeah.
It falls on the education. It falls on the school system to teach things that parents aren't teaching their kids, and it's a wide array of things.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to teach my grandkids how to write a checkbook, how to save money. They already have a savings account. My grandkids have savings accounts. We just opened up a Trump account.
I was just going to say, did you do that?
Yeah, we just opened. Patty and I just opened one up for them.
That's very cool.
And
I wish they had that when I was a kid, and then I would have been probably in the same shape that I'm in now. But
you'd had some at 18 that you didn't have. But but a lot of parents don't do that.
Yeah. No, my parents. I didn't have a checking. I got a checking account when I was 16. I didn't have any money, but I had a checking account because I needed it at that point because I was basically on my own. So I had, and that back in those days, you had to have a check. You didn't have credit cards. In fact, it was funny. I remember my teacher saying back when we were younger than that, there's going to be a day when there won't be any cash. It will all be cards. And I'm like, huh? How you can do that? That's my life now. I don't see much cash.
I don't see much cash either.
Jeez.
But a lot of people in rural areas and inner cities, and the people that lack an education of their own, and they have children, they don't pass on good things to their kids.
Yeah.
And who's it fall on? It falls on the churches, and it falls on community organizations, and it falls on schools to try to teach these things that every kid needs to know to function in society. And I'm sure that's where this is coming from, that same concept.
Probably, yeah. I could see that.
I wouldn't want that happening to my kids, but my kids are homeschooled.
Yes.
But
let's see what they give an age.
Yeah, so this is a program out of the University of Minnesota. It's called My Gender Dolls. And these are apparently considered therapeutic tools to use with children between the ages of 4 and 10.
Okay, now that tells me everything I needed to know.
That's too young.
There's no way I would bring that into fruition at that age. No, that's way too young. I mean, I'm pro-education, but that's too early. That's way too early. That would be confusing to many, and confusion they don't need. And it's, I would say, closer to an age when they start questioning what that is, and that would not be that age.
No, not be.
Okay, well that tells me everything I needed to know. So,
it's like turn. Everything else.
You don't have your computer on.
No, I will in a second. You turning it over to me?
Now, because it's like your time.
Well, you were talking.
Well, since when does that make any difference? You don't listen to me. Oh, man. Now we have a commercial break. Doug boots the computer.
All right.
Oh, you are ready.
I am.
Oh, I didn't think you'd be that ready that quick.
All I had to do is turn it on.
Now it's your page.
We have the 8th stoppage of the war in Iran.
Oh, okay. Yes. The 8th. Yes, that's kind of a. Let's see where we're at. Where are we? We're in China.
We're in China.
China. Okay, let me get my Doug page up here so that I have.
Oh, you're not ready either.
I was till I noticed that you weren't, and then I decided to follow your lead. Yeah. So yeah. What is the situation now?
All right. President Trump claims, and I have no reason to not believe this, but he claims that Iran, Qatar, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia asked him to not do a decapitation strike, a massive strike on Iran. Israel and the United States are evidently planning to do a massive, massive strike on Iran starting Sunday night. And he was asked by these four entities, according to Iran too, supposedly. Iran's denying it, that happened. But the Gulf leaders, those three I mentioned, plus maybe one or two others, asked him to hold off the strikes, and so he decided to. But he says it's their last chance. Now, again, if anybody new is listening, I voted for President Trump, and I believe that he knows more than what we know. But he has been saying it's their last chance, or it's their last chance for a long time. And so, I don't know. You know, all I know some things that I'm going to talk about here that aren't very good for the United States.
Okay.
In this situation. First of all, Iran doesn't believe any of President Trump's threats. He has made enough of them that they no longer take it to heart.
Okay.
All right, that's one. Two is Iran doesn't care if Trump does follow through on its threats because it doesn't care about its own people. The mullahs and the IOGC really don't care about the people of Iran. So if President Trump goes in and tries to destroy it, it's as long as their regime remains at the end, that's all they care about.
Wow.
They're heartless, cruel people, and they lie, and they don't want to come to an agreement. They want to negotiate because this is. I'll jump ahead here for a second here. Let me get to it. Thomas Massey, representative from Kentucky, said that they're negotiating and stalling for three things: a depletion of our oil reserves, a depletion of our munitions, and a depletion of the Republican majority in Congress. Because if they lose the Republican majority in Congress, Trump is going to be impeached. And if they lose the Senate, he'll be convicted and thrown out of office.
It's a time game.
It's a time game.
That's really kind of scary.
Now, on munitions, we started pre-war with Patriot missiles. Do you know what a Patriot missile is? That's the one that intercepts ballistic missiles flying in. The Patriot is the multi-million-dollar missile that is shot up to stop them. We started with 2,300 of them. It is reported now that we only have 800 left. We've lost 65% of our missiles.
That's still a lot of missiles.
Well, it's not a lot if you compare that we need them around the world.
Well,
Ukraine needs them too. I'm just saying we're depleting stocks from all around the world.
Yeah, well, my opinion is it's time that we stop being nice to everybody.
And I should tell you at this point in time that I'm partly Ukrainian, so I should probably mention that. Not that it matters.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Doesn't matter to me.
What do you?
Less than 1% Ukrainian. I try to win arguments by saying that.
Little pinky skin is worth.
Pinky skin is worth. Yes. I'm involved heavily because of a pinky skin.
You're you're deeper in that than I am American Indian. No, actually, I am American Indian.
And THAAD missiles, which are the high altitude missiles, went from 452 to 240, 38% loss.
Wow.
So this is a concern. Now, this was from the Center of Strategic and International Studies, using open source material. Open source material is what you can get off the internet.
Yeah.
it may not be accurate. We may have more Trump says we have more munitions than what the CSIS said we have.
Okay.
He says we have more. CENTCOM says we have plenty. That is not the reports. Reuter just reported that the Army has depleted almost totally their attack cams and their PRSMs, which is precision strike missiles, and the ATCAM is the Army Tactical Missile System. The Army's almost completely out of them. Now here's the danger. If we know that, then China knows that.
Right.
And if China would do something, we'd be in a terrible situation.
Yes.
That's why this is a big problem.
Okay.
Also,
But this is a weird question, but maybe not. Is it to China's advantage to not work with us, to want to destroy us, because we're one of their biggest clients?
They have the long view. The long view is that they will take us from within. Not to go to war with us, but to take us from within. Now, going to war, they may be willing to go to war over Taiwan, because we are treaty-oriented, obligated to go to war with China if they attack Taiwan. But that would be a naval battle. We've depleted a lot of our naval weapons. We've depleted them in this war.
Wow.
And what's happening is we have stockpiles situated all around the world.
Right.
We're pulling them left and right to try to help out our Gulf state partners to protect themselves and our bases. We have 55,000 troops in the Middle East now, and we're trying to protect them. And many missiles are getting through because we don't have enough Patriots to shoot anymore.
Wow.
And so if we take this big step of this decapitation strike against Iran, the retaliation may be so severe that we lose a lot of people. In fact, this is going to come later down too. I'll just mention it now. But on Saturday, our embassies were told to get the families out of country immediately, because they are expecting quite a retaliation. So this is a big problem. We're bleeding missiles from our stocks, Ukraine, Iran, Europe, and Pacific theaters, and it takes anywhere from 3 to 5 years to replenish this inventory.
Wow. That's food for thought.
Yeah. So the other thing is that no matter how much we have struck Iran has moved from not having control of the Strait of Hormuz to having control of the Strait of Hormuz. In other words, they've gained ground.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
This is a very resilient regime.
Yeah.
You know, most people would think this bombing and this decapitation that has taken place so far, they wouldn't want their people to go through. But they don't care about that.
Right.
All they care about is surviving. And they're surviving quite well.
They're cockroaches.
They're cockroaches. And that's why many people that I'm listening to, not because the United States is losing, but they're not winning. And there may be no way to win this. We're going to have to compromise. And to a Middle Eastern mindset, compromise is losing.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we have to compromise, if President Trump has to compromise, that means that he has lost in a Mideastern minds.
That's scary. They have it's like the what do they call them? The guys that kill themselves for
Kamikazes.
Yeah, it's like kamikazes. I mean, they will kill themselves on purpose just to make a point that they're willing to die for really anything that they want, and that's the most dangerous person. The person that has nothing to lose is the most dangerous person in the world.
That's right. And they see, if they lose, Mike, if they lose their life, they get 70 virgins in paradise forever.
That would drive me crazy.
But see, they believe that they go to a better place in the action of martyrdom, or in the action of bringing in the 12th Madre, which we've talked about before.
Could you imagine having that mindset, though? You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain by killing yourself. And I'm like, I just can't.
Now, I know that I'm going to a better place when I die, but there's no incentive for me to get there early.
That's exactly, yes. That's pretty much what I'm thinking.
To them, there's an incentive to hurry the process.
I know that in your mind that you're not wrong.
Right.
Us civilians, there's a small little itty bitty part of me that says, what if it isn't what I'm thinking? And
well, can I give you a little confession?
Sure.
On my dark days, I wonder too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't spend time thinking about that. But there are times that I sit back and I think, this is like, is this it? Is this, I mean, what if? I don't ever think about killing myself, but but there are times that I think about, what if that car hits my car and I lose my Tesla and my life, or and I keep thinking, well, I got so much I want to do, and what if this is it? What if there isn't? What if there really isn't? I don't dwell on that because I really believe there is something, but there are times that I sit back and I think,
well,
why did, like, what if I was that husband that went home and found his 3 kids killed by his wife, who I never would have imagined doing that? I would be sitting thinking, reevaluating everything. Why would God let this happen? I thought about, why would God have left Pam go through what she went through? I mean, it's weird, but those things run through my head. And
that's not weird, Mike. That's very human.
I let it go because I think, well, Pam's in a better place. But why her? Why did she have this person who never did anything? She only did one thing bad in the whole time that I knew her. And it wasn't bad like stabbing somebody. It was bad as in bad taste. And really, and right after she did, that's when everything started tumbling down. As weird as it sounds, and nothing was caused by the other, but things like that just really, sometimes I just sit back and I ask why did it happen? She was a sweet person. She never ever, I never saw a bad bone in her body, never. Until that one thing she did that was bad. It was really stupid, but it was poor taste. And and I think about that. I know that I did a lot of bad things, and thinking, and yet I'm here. Why would I be here when she was a sweetheart and never really did anything with?
The Bible tells us we can know for sure where we're going to go if we're going to go to heaven. And that's called assurance of salvation. It's a doctrine of the church. And you can know that. As a believer, you can know that. But all believers have doubts, Mike. We go through dark days where we wonder. And let's say you were a firm believer, as I am, when Pam died, you'd have gone through that same questioning. I would have gone, if I was in your shoes, I would have gone through that same questioning.
It was the worst, absolute worst time of
because
my life.
we're humans.
And I thought it should have been me rather than her.
And that's a very common thought.
And because I wasn't
as good as her?
No, I couldn't have been. I mean, she was a sweetheart, and she was as defective as anyone else, but I mean, she just never really, until that time, I saw a change in her, and there were so many things that I will never ever understand why her. When I know, there are people that I felt probably deserve things like that more than other people, but I just didn't understand. Like myself, I would have deserved that more than her, but it made me reevaluate my life, and made me
appreciate it more.
It made me open my eyes to things that I thought didn't mean as much to me as they really did. And it made me realize that maybe I wasn't the best person in the world, and maybe I could be a better person. It took me years to get to that point because I was too busy. I mean, I spent 8 years of my life regretting that. I spent a lot of time evaluating what happened, and it really wasn't until around, I don't know, let's see, she died in 2014, so I'd say COVID was good for me because I had a time to think without any interference, because people weren't around, because we weren't supposed to be near people. But that really made me really think about everything and my life and where I am and how I got there. And the good thing was that I was secure enough financially that I could do the time of thinking and not, and because I wasn't working towards the end. I really only worked 4 years after she died. So that gave me a lot of, that's one reason I didn't want to quit my job, because that gave me too much time to think. But things all happen for a reason, and that time was spent really evaluating where I'm at, because I had a lot of time to think about it. And then being stuck in the COVID thing, I had a lot more time to think about it. So all that stuff, it all happens for a reason. But I think I'm a much better person now than I was then.
So good came out of it.
I guess. I just don't know. I mean, if it weren't for a friend of mine who is a one of those people that can see clairvoyant or whatever, that could see what happens after they die. I don't know how much I believe it, but it did give me some peace knowing that what she told me, the stuff that she told me after Pam died. Like I said, I don't really know how much I believe it, because at times I want to believe it more than other times, but the one thing that she told me is that Pam forgave me for all the things I did, and I needed to hear that. Even if it's not true, I needed to hear that. So that kind of made me be able to move on. And now I look at my life like, look where I'm at now. I mean, I would have never envisioned retiring at that early age. I would have never envisioned being more than music. And I was strictly music after she died and after I retired. I was strictly doing music and had no other things until Ken died. Then I was really messed up because here's this other person that believed in me, and now everyone's gone. And like now, talk about messing someone's mind up. Now I don't know where I'm going to turn to. And what did I do? Turn to acting. Of all the things, something I turned away from in college because I felt I was a horrible actor and didn't want to learn. How would I be twisted back into that? And then it turned out that I turned out to be okay at acting, and that opened other doors. My world would have been a lot different had she been living. Had she lived and how had he lived, even if she died and he lived, I would have never looked into acting. That would have been the furthest thing from my view. I would have been music. You would have seen me doing music in the radio show. Music in the radio show. That would have been it. And because I retired from wrestling, I wasn't going to do any more wrestling. How did this all happen?
Now you're all back in wrestling.
Now I'm back in everything except
work.
Work, yeah. The day job. Oh, man, that messes me up when I think about that. Because I wouldn't have been here if she was still alive or he was still alive. I would have been doing music and doing who knows what. Weird things happen when you have no control, which is a lot more than I want to admit, that I don't have control. But I like to think I have control, but I really don't have control of a lot of things. So.
Well, Mike, I'm going to turn this back over to you for a minute.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I guess then I'm going to continue down that road, or down a road. I don't know which road I'll take. I guess we're going to go back into entertainment, and because we're going to wait for him to come back to stuff. So, all right. So now let's talk about. I want to hold this one for Doug because this one's a good one. All right. I don't want to talk about that without Doug either. Boy, oh boy, I'm just, I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about with Doug here because when I write the show, I kind of write things kind of sort of assuming he's going to be on the show. So got to think of things that necessarily wouldn't. Oh, here we go. We'll do this one. Hey, you're still there. Wow. It's, you know, it's really good to see new people, even though I've known you forever. It's good to see you in the chat room yet. All right. So here we got Seattle. There was a festival in Seattle, and a lot of things went on, apparently causing a toddler to be shot. A 15-year-old suspect is now sitting in juvenile detention following a gang-related shootout at Seattle's Bite of Seattle festival. They left 3 people dead and 4 others wounded, including a 2-year-old boy that got caught in the crossfire. Police believe at least 3 shooters exchanged gunfire, while hundreds of thousands attended the free event Sunday evening. There were 3 shooters involved in the public massacre. The Seattle Police Assistant Chief Nicole Powell confirmed that investigators believe the shooting stemmed from gang violence between 2 groups firing at each other. Court documents revealed the detained 15-year-old and a 19-year-old accomplice engaged in a gunfight with at least one other unknown suspect still being at large. The 19-year-old shooter, identified as Junior C. Nico Simo, died at the scene. 2 innocent bystanders, Carlos Israel Sanchez Villa 44, and Ashley Whitehead, 56, were killed in the crossfire. So Villaba, a husband and father of 3 known for helping others in the community, died from a gunshot wound to his torso. At least 7 victims were struck by bullets, possibly 8, and 1 victim was simply walking a bicycle when gunfire erupted just after 6 p.m. The toddler was among 4 injured victims. A 2-year-old boy accompanying his mother sustained injuries requiring hospitalization at the Harborville Medical Center. By Monday morning, the toddler remained in satisfactory condition. 3 other wounded victims, 2 men aged 23 and 27, and a 39-year-old woman, received treatment and were discharged. Emergency dispatch audio captured responders requesting a small child tourniquet at the scene. That's just unheard of. See, that's one thing. I don't like to go to places like that. Those festivals where there's too many people. There's, it's tough to have enough people to, enough policemen or whatever to watch over an event like that. And I don't know. I just have a hard time with that many people in one place because too many people get hurt. Chances of that happening are rare, but I would be one of those guys that would happen at that rare time, so I want to stay away from those places. So I was talking about the thing in Seattle where the festival blew up and people were shot and a bunch of gang members were shooting at each other, and a lot of innocent people ended up being killed or hurt, including a 2-year-old toddler. So, yeah.
It's a sad thing.
It is. So, yeah, I just don't understand the mentality of people like that.
Well, they were gangbangers.
Yeah, but that whole mentality of, we're just going to kill you, it don't matter, and not worrying. I mean, if you kill people in a gang because there's another gang over here, and that's hard enough for me to understand, but to kill innocent people, that really, if you're a gangbanger and you get killed by another gangbanger, sorry about your luck, but you're in that business of killing, and you've got to be killed if that's the business. But if you're a child, a 2-year-old toddler, you're not a gangbanger. So that's the way I look at it. Back to you.
Gaza.
Gaza.
I know about Gaza.
I don't know about Gaza.
We have an agreement
for
Hamas to disarm.
Wow.
That was the thing holding up the whole 20-point peace plan that Trump came up with. It came down to Hamas disarming completely and Israel withdrawing its forces from Gaza.
Let me see if I have anything on that. I may not. Let me see. I didn't have
9 months after a U.S. brokered ceasefire, Hamas has agreed to disarm.
That sounds good.
Sounds good.
But is it going to happen?
Well, see now. Hamas says that Israel has to withdraw first. The peace plan says that Hamas has to disarm first before Israel withdraws. And Netanyahu says that Israel will not withdraw from Gaza until Hamas is completely disarmed. And Hamas said they will not disarm as long as Israel's in Gaza. So we're back to the same problem.
Same as
the other thing is that they were supposed to destroy their weapons. Now they're saying they're just going to lock them away.
Lock them away. That's one way to get out of it, I guess.
So there's hope, small hope.
Small hope, yes.
But and this was negotiated by Qatar, Egypt, Turkey, and the United States.
Wow.
So.
Jeez.
It's the Middle East is a tough place.
Yeah. Yes, I wouldn't want to live there. Wouldn't want to visit there.
I was there. I was in Israel for 2 weeks. Israel's a beautiful place.
Yeah, but beauty only goes
wouldn't
so
want
far.
to be. I wouldn't want to be there now.
Yeah, but beauty's only going so far when there's bullets flying over your head,
Well, they stopped. The Salvation Army stopped taking trips to Israel about, I don't know how many years ago now. Because it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
To take people to.
That's crazy.
And I could be wrong in that. If anybody from the Salvation Army is listening, you can correct me on that. But I think they stopped going because it's too dangerous to go there. Middle East, Ukraine and NATO. Would you like to hear about that now?
Sure, tell me. What's going on?
Russia is sending waves of cruise and ballistic missiles into Ukraine instead of drones because Ukraine is almost out of THAAD and Patriot missiles. What's going on is where Ukraine will send drones to blow up wild berries, the Russian Walmart. The Russia Walmart or the Russia Amazon. Russia sends ballistic missiles into apartment complexes and schools.
That's wrong on every level.
So there is a clear, I said this last week, I'll say it again, there is a clear ethical winner here and loser in this war. Now that doesn't mean you should be pro-Ukraine, because I'm sure Ukraine doesn't do everything by the book either. It's war,
Right.
And by definition, war is evil and war is horrible. So I'm not saying support Ukraine because of that, but I get upset when people are supporting Russia because there's no ethical, Putin has no ethics whatsoever. So you may not want to support Ukraine, but please don't support Russia. They need what the United States no longer has, Ukraine. They do no longer have these deep supply of munitions that we talked about earlier. Okay. Trump has backtracked on giving Ukraine the license needed to produce Patriot missiles.
I was going to ask you about that, but looks like you're going to answer that.
Yes, he backtracked on that. And probably for some very good reasons, because you don't want that technology out there used against you.
Right.
Because we are more advanced than anybody else on the planet on anti-missile defenses. We have the best. And we don't want China or Russia or Iran to catch up, or North Korea to catch up. And that's the quad. China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea are the supposed evils in the world. A lot more evils than that in this world, but they're supposed to be the big ones for us.
Are we on that? We should be on that list too. We're evil too. The country, the U.S. has done some pretty.
We've done some rotten things.
Yeah.
But compared to them, we're the good guys.
Well, that scale is.
It's a scale, and it's a moving scale.
Yeah, it does. It moves.
When you think about what we did to the Native American Indians, and what we were not the good guys in that result.
Right.
So, Zelensky asked Trump to get Musk to turn on Starlink to help for deeper strikes into Russia. And I do not know the outcome of that. I don't think it's been determined yet. But they want Musk's Starlinks so that they can travel deep into Russia and destroy things.
Does Russia have it?
Russia, they have Starlink, yes.
I would say.
But I think, I do not think their system is as advanced as ours. I think they are way behind Musk. Just like Amazon's way behind Musk.
Yeah.
They only have a couple hundred satellites in space, while Musk has thousands.
He's just starting to put them up. He'll eventually catch up.
They'll eventually catch up.
But yeah. But the thing, I guess, comes down to if Russia has access to it, Ukraine should have access to it.
Well,
especially if we're on the side of Ukraine.
I agree with that. I'm just.
If we're not, then.
Well, the whole idea with Ukraine is they're trying to hurt Russia. Maybe not on the frontline battlefield, but hit them hard at home, trying to turn the Russian public against it, because the U.S. public is against the war in Iran.
Yep.
It's like 68% of Americans do not want us in Iran right now. So that's about everybody but MAGA people. It's all the independents. That's virtually the rest of the country other than the MAGA land. That's what they're trying. That's what Ukraine wants to do in Russia. They want to turn the average Russian against the war in Ukraine. Because Putin has said it's a faraway war, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect you. Don't worry about it. We can afford it. We have volunteers fighting it. And you don't have to worry your pretty little heads about it. Ukraine is bringing it home to them and waking Russians up out of their sleep that this is a much bigger war and not going so well for Russia. And maybe Russia should not be in it.
I'm really surprised that it's gone this long.
So is everybody. Everybody in the world predicted Russia would roll right through to Kyiv, the capital city.
Yeah.
Ukraine has surprised every analysis out there. So, and they're winning on the. It's a stalemate on the battlefield. It's the missiles. So, in other words, Ukraine's sending all these missiles to destroy wildberries and oil fields and oil refineries and the black tankers on the Black Sea, and Russia's sending missiles to destroy apartment complexes. We don't have enough weapons to shoot down the missiles that are coming in, so the death toll in Kyiv is going to grow.
It's weird. It's weird thinking of all these wars that are going on. We don't see any of it because we're
isolated by two oceans.
Yeah, but
unless Canada attacks.
Yeah, well, yeah, on their horses.
Well, we kind of have a little war off of our southern coast with the cartels.
But they're
it
not,
spills into America.
Yeah, but not heavily.
Not heavily.
At least we don't see it. We don't see it, but maybe that's because we're over here in the East Coast, don't really see it. And we don't hear, I mean, news lately has been a lot different than when we were growing up.
We didn't hear about things.
Yeah. And now we hear things here and there. And many times we don't even think about this because it's not our backyard they're in. So, I don't know. I just wish some of this would be resolved so that some of this we could see prices going down like they're supposed to and not have to worry about things like that. And
gas is up to $4 on the trip in here. It was the highest I saw was $4.39. Of course, you don't have to worry about that.
Well, the reason I had bought a hybrid was I was going up to Long Island, New York once a month, and that was 6-hour drive one way, and that was getting expensive in my Jeep. So I bought a Prius because of that, my first Prius. So, that was gas. It was probably $3.50 a gallon back then. So that's like $4 a gallon now, or more. But yeah, electric. I don't have to worry about that because I got Uncle Elon.
Uncle
pays for
Elon.
it. So
pays for it all.
I like the fact that he's still going to pay for it. But yeah.
Well, speaking about Uncle Elon, Tesla and SpaceX. He denies the merger, but the merger's out there. Tesla and SpaceX.
Who denies the merger?
Musk. This article I read and got down here said that he has dismissed a report claiming Tesla is considering selling or spinning off its China operations as absurd fake news. He also denies that Tesla and SpaceX are going to merge. However, they have so much duplication in their administrative work.
Yeah.
This article says it's ridiculous for them not to merge.
That's weird. I've really heard very little from Elon for a while. He's been very quiet.
Well, last week he came out and we talked about him denying reports about being too right-wing.
Mm.
So he is accused of being right-wing, isn't he?
I think he's afraid of being anything because after he went
went through with Tesla.
Yeah, I think he wants to stay middle of the road to stay out of all that controversy. It's weird because think about this. What other company is like Tesla? They don't advertise, yet they sell more cars than any other guy. How does that happen?
Because I talk to you and you talk me into it because it's such a good thing. I become more and more convinced it's the right thing, and I go out and buy the car. And then I talk to 5 other people.
But think about all the billions of dollars that Chevy, Ford,
spend
Toyota,
on advertising.
All those guys. You've never seen a Tesla advertisement on the TV, on the radio, on the newspaper. You never see it because they get so much hype about what they do. Everyone's watching, waiting to see what's going to happen next. I mean, now they are talking about having an SUV for about $25,000 to $35,000 coming out.
See, that's what I'd be interested in.
When everybody is selling $60,000, $70,000 trucks, pickups. I mean, when I looked at the other,
and that would have full self-driving.
Yeah,
for $99 a month.
Yeah. When I was out looking at cars, I was considering at one point the Silverado because they had a electric Silverado, but I could buy a Tesla at the same price, and the full self-driving is really full self-driving. Everybody else that has full self-driving, quote unquote, isn't full self-driving. Everybody else is assisted, lane assisted and stuff like that. They aren't full self-driving. They're not. You put in the address you want to go to, push a button, and let the car drive. There's nobody else that has that. Waymo has it, but that's a different situation. But Tesla and Waymo are the only two that have anything like that. Even the one, that's why I didn't buy the other car, the Gravity. I really wanted the Gravity. The Gravity looked nice, but after I saw that road race between all the EVs, I wouldn't have one. Even though they came in first place, all the problems they documented on the Gravity scared me away from it. And the fact that they didn't have full self-driving, a real full self-driving. They had so many errors with their issues. I haven't heard anything from Lucid in a long time. Just that Lucid is no longer even a number 2. They're way down. So I'm glad I didn't go with the Lucid because I would have spent $115,000 or so for a car that nobody wants. So
resale value's down, huh?
Resale value is down on all EVs, but really down on Lucid, I think. And it's a shame because it looked like a cool car, and the fact that it gets 512 miles to the charge, a real 512 miles to the charge, was really good. But of course, that's with a car with a battery twice the size of mine. So if I wanted to get that twice the size, twice the weight, I would have to get a car that weighs 12,000 pounds. So I don't know. I'm glad that I did what I did, and I'm sorry I waited so long to do it, but if I hadn't, I would have thought that I missed out on something. But I think I did the right thing with the right car and the right options and all that stuff, because he offered the free electric and all that stuff back in September of last year. And I put it off saying there's going to be a better deal. There's going to be a better deal. And there wasn't. And I could have had my car at 2026 in September instead of waiting till the day before 2026. So, but it's okay. I'm happy with what I did.
You got a nice car, Mike.
it's still, as far as I'm concerned, there's no car on the market that lets you do the things that you can do with that car. I wish it was a little bit lighter, but you know, it's okay because it's a fast car. It's a roomy car, you know. The only other thing that I would have liked is if they had a bigger SUV, so I had more space for hauling equipment, or you know, I thought about that if they had the pickup didn't look that like that. I don't hate it, but it's just all the people really went after the truck, and it's a little too big. I didn't want one that big, but you know, I think I did the right decision, the right vehicle, and all that. So I have no real complaints about it. I like the fact that it does everything it promised me it would do, and it does it well. So.
Yeah. Do you remember the Appalachia High School shooting?
Yes.
Okay. Well, father of.
Oh, you're going to do it. Okay. I didn't put that in my notes because I didn't really think. Go ahead. That's a good story to talk about.
Cullen Gray got 15 years in prison. He was convicted for his role in his son's shooting in 2024 Georgia school shooting. Became one of the few U.S. parents held criminally responsible for the mass shooting of their child.
And you know, I don't get why he gave his son a gun.
And he was warned against it.
Huh?
He was warned by people not to give him a gun.
And he knew the son had
mental issues.
And of all things, to give him an automatic weapon, I think it was automatic, or at least semi-automatic, assault rifle, yeah. Why would you even do that? And especially at 14. I mean, all the signs were there. So I think that they...
And here's a clue, Mike. People might call this a clue. In his son's bedroom was a .218 shooter, Nicholas Cruz. His picture was in his bedroom.
Yeah.
Like I said, most people wouldn't say that is a clue. You might not want to give your kid an automatic rifle.
Now, I will say, I won't say in his defense because that's not. Being a kid that was abused, not by my family necessarily, but it's funny, we sort of had this discussion earlier today. We didn't discuss about this, but something I mentioned earlier, Christina asked me if I ever went to one of my reunions. And I said, no, and I don't ever plan on doing that. She asked me why, and I said, because I was abused really badly. I was the kid that they picked on in school. I was that kid, Cruz. I could have been that kid. I wasn't, because I didn't have I didn't understand why they disliked me. I didn't understand, but I could have been that kid. And you know, chances are, that's what happened to this kid's son. You know, he was abused or picked on, and you start hating people and wanting to get back at them. I mean, there's no reason for me to go to my reunion. What am I going to do? I was the kid that you picked on. Hey, guess what? I'm better than you. No, I'm not. But I may have done better than you. And, you know, because those were all rich kids that I was going to school with. And everyone in the school, even people I thought were friends of mine, picked on me. And there's no one I would want to see from that school. So why would I go? I mean, I feel bad for just a little bit for the father because he was stupid. I feel bad for the kid because I would imagine he was abused like me. He was picked on, and who knows? I don't know what happened to him. I'm thinking about myself in that situation. Had I back then, gun shootings weren't happening in our schools. You know, we wouldn't have never thought of bringing a gun. We brought guns to school for a gun club.
For a gun club.
Yeah. I would have never thought of turning it on somebody and shooting them, but I'm sure the other people did. But being a person that was picked on all the time, I told one of the reasons I got out of school was I told the counselor, either you let me go to college or I'm going to be a statistic. I'm going to end up quitting school and I'm not going to have any future. Give me the chance to go to college, wipe my slate clean. Let's see what I can do. And he said, if you hit this number on the SATs, you can go. And I did. But had I not, who knows where I would have been? I could have been.
Then you met Bowski and Rob.
I would have never met any of these guys that changed my life. And many of them don't realize how much they changed my life. Just by accepting me and finding out, oh, I'm not that bad of a person after all. And, you know, people took the time to talk to me, not make fun of me.
We make fun of you too.
Yeah, but a different type of making fun of me, where we're all making fun of each other rather than targeted. And
you're doing boy stuff.
So, in a lot of ways, I sort of identify with the 14-year-old. Not that I would have shot anybody, but I understand, chances are, that's what happened to this kid. He felt abused all the years that he was in school. And I can understand that. And I really feel some sympathy for him and his father for being stupid. I don't know what he was thinking. And him for being a victim himself. Some people say don't victim shame. I feel bad for the kid. And I feel bad for the parents who lost their kids, and I feel bad for anyone that was affected by that. But
the prosecutors said here, they argued that Gray, ignored repeated warning signs about his son deteriorating mental health and fascination with school shootings before he gave him the AR-style rifle later used in the attack.
And the thing is, good parenting would have been to pay attention to
all the deteriorating mental illness.
Because if I saw that my kid was at all putting a picture up of a serial killer, of a school shooter, I would be all over that. I would not.
Maybe the father didn't know.
Well, he knew there were things that he did know about. He did know that the kid was picked on. He did know that was an issue. And if I saw a picture of that cruise up on my kid's wall, I'd be worried about what his thought patterns were. And that would be me. But, I mean, I would think that parents want the best for their kids. And the minute I find out there's something like that going on, I would have addressed it with the school. And that was just poor on him. On his judgment was really bad by allowing him to give him a gun, of all things, and not paying attention to what's going on. Because even if the kid wasn't going to shoot people, just the fact that he was, like I had a girlfriend at one time that was fascinated by serial killers. That's a little twisted, but
it's a little twisted.
Okay, I was watching last night on Netflix. It's Bad Neighbors, I think it was called, or something like that. There's a 4-part thing on that, and this is about a woman who got into a confrontation with her neighbor. The neighbor used to live with her, and she made her move out. Well, the woman bought a place next door and never forgave her for kicking her out, and just caused, there was a conflict in the very beginning where they got into a fight, which she caused the fight with the neighbor. who lived with her at one point. She caused that fight, and that neighbor never let her go. Kept calling every day to the police, making things up, saying she's staring at me, she's causing conflict, she's over here, and she was within the distance that they were allowed to be. She never went after the girl, but yet the lady said she was always harassing her, causing the police to come out. Actually had her taken away to the jail and her husband was a worker at the jail, so she didn't have to stay there very long. But all these things. Well, what happened was that disgruntled former friend, took a gun, went to her house, kicked the door open, shot her in the head, killed her husband, and that was the end of it. I mean, she survived, but her husband died. And he didn't do anything. He was a really nice guy, apparently. It was just horrible that those kind of people exist in reality. And those kind of people are the people that we originally think might have been our friends and then find out just the opposite.
That was definitely a mental illness.
They have major. So that woman I think she's going to be in jail for 38 years. And she's in her probably 40s or 50s, so
she'll die there.
She'll die in there, yeah. So, but those kind of people do exist, and those kind of people like Cruz or Gray or whatever, they're out there, and you can't fix them, but you need to be aware of them, and I mean, maybe you can fix them if you get to them in time. So, I don't know. That could have been me, though. It could have been me if I were an angry. I mean, I was angry when I was younger, but more angry at why was it me? What was it that? Why do they always pick it on me? You know, and I kind of relate to the kid. I feel bad for him because I got out. I didn't kill someone, but I could have been. I could have been one of those people with an older brother that used to beat me up all the time, and I had a lot of reasons to kill people, but I didn't.
Yeah, your brother was no help.
No, he was not. He was when he died. I mean, I did what I could to make it easier for him to die by not losing his house. But even then, he was abusive to me during that time, but I did the right thing because I lay my head on the pillow, and I can sleep because of that. And I feel that as bad as he treated me, I don't have to be like him. I guess that's why I did it, because I don't have to be like him. Just the opposite of what other people would do. You know, if he as abusive as he was to me, I could have walked away with a clean conscience, but I didn't. And I don't feel that I have to be like that. And I just came up with that I may have done the right thing, because just to show that the right thing can be done, not walking away. So I rest my case.
David Ellison.
David Ellison. I wanted to talk about him too. Yeah. You're hitting the right topics. I do have some other things of Trump if you want to.
Let's do Trump, then we'll go back.
I'll finish. I've got a couple of things. Man threatened Trump. FBI moves in. I wouldn't do that. And there's no way. Whether I like him or hate him, I am not going to do anything that's going to get me in trouble, because you know he's coming right after you if he finds out. Federal authorities arrested a Tennessee man who allegedly posted a graphic online, threats to kill President Trump. The FBI director, Kash Patel, and their families, and warning officials he would use a machete to remove their heads. That's pretty drastic.
That's pretty drastic.
I mean, if you want to kill somebody, just kill them. You know, let's not make it a big bloody thing. Let's just... Gary Lee Williams, 44 of Knoxville, faces federal charges after FBI investigators linked him to a TikTok account making violent threats against public officials. Williams allegedly told Trump to have fun in the grave and warned I'm going to get you and all your buddies. I want your heads off your shoulders. What kind of gruesome guy? I mean, this is one thing to hate someone so much to want to kill him, but he wanted to really kill him. He wanted to chop him up in little tiny pieces like Pink Floyd. You know, they had that one song, I'm going to cut you into little pieces. But that's really, oh man, that's messed up. I don't know. People like that, whether you like him or hate him, don't go announcing you're going to kill him. First off, it doesn't work because if you announce them, they're going to get you. Second off, it's not a good idea to kill the president.
It's not a good look.
No, it doesn't. It just, there's no way to come off looking good here. He has if you look at his criminal background, revealed he had prior criminal record, including conviction for aggravated assault and robbery. An upstanding citizen.
One of the good ones.
Yeah. Investigators determined the 44-year-old appeared to be homeless and living out of his vehicle at the time of his arrest. So, yeah, that was one I found interesting. There was a thing on Fauci pleading the fifth.
111 times.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I feel about that because I don't think he had intentional bad things. But
he intentionally lied.
Why do you think he did?
Well, let's put it this way. He was all wrapped up in the hype he was getting. Evidently, Barbara Streisand called him.
Okay.
At home.
Okay.
He was all caught up in the fact that people were calling him the savior.
A savior. Wow.
He was...
so you think it was... You think that
it was ego. I think it went to his head.
See,
and he was hiding some things. He was hiding the fact that he did fund the research in Wahoo, and he funded it through different mechanisms. And he's a complicated case. I don't think he went into it trying to. I think when he got up in the morning, he wanted to save people's lives.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed. I only know what I know, which is very little about this, but I just try to understand why it went the way that it did. I mean, he had the country paralyzed, but the world was paralyzed.
Well, he didn't take good advice. European countries told him not to close the schools.
Okay.
He closed all the schools anyhow.
Right.
We lost a whole generation of kids.
Okay.
He didn't always follow good advice. But then again, do I always follow good advice?
Well, you joined the show.
I joined the show. People advised me not to, but I did it anyhow.
I said, are you sure you want to do this? Says Saudi Arabia steps in, publicly joined the U.S. campaign against Iran. Did you say that?
Yes, they did an attack.
I didn't know if you said anything or not.
I didn't say it, but
I didn't think so, but just I thought that was interesting. Trump honors teen lifeguard heroic rescue.
Yes.
Did you hear about that?
I heard the headline that you just read. I don't know anything.
Oh, okay. Well, Donald Trump plans to award a high civilian honor to a 16-year-old Ryder Williams, a California lifeguard who battled massive waves to save a young boy from drowning in Santa Cruz's Seabright Beach in a rescue that went viral nationwide. So, hey, I wouldn't have done that. I'm not that good of a swimmer, so I can hold my own barely, and I would be scared to do that. I mean, that's thumbs up, man. Thumbs up that would take on the waves that he took on to get that. That was really cool. Then there's a... okay, we talked about that. Trump loses immigration ruling.
That I don't know.
Oh, okay. Federal appeal court delivered a significant blow to Trump administration's immigration enforcement strategy, ruling that immigrants detained inside the United States must receive access to bond hearings, a decision that deepens growing split among federal courts. Circuit courts divided on mandatory detention. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals issued a 2-1 decision blocking the administration's attempt to deny bond hearings for non-citizens arrested in U.S. borders. I mean, it's just one of those things that's out there. So he lost that hearing.
It's going to go to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. And then there's the, we talked a little bit about this probably last week about him losing, Trump seeks immunity from the $83 million verdict fight.
Defamation.
So that we'll see what happens.
Chances are he'll lose that. He lost the $5 billion one to her. He's probably going to lose this one too.
Yeah. So that's, and then lastly I have Ryder gets, this isn't a Trump one. Ryder gets prison on fire attack on police in Los Angeles. Man will spend more than 3 years in federal prison after he admitted he dropped burning debris onto law enforcement officers during a violent anti-immigration enforcement riot that terrorized the city last year. So, yeah,
not the brightest thing he ever did.
Yeah, it's kind of, sometimes I wonder where people get their thoughts, because things like that, I don't know, common sense, I guess. You want to make your point, you're going to make it in jail if you do things like that. So I think that was the last one I had in my folder here of politics and Trump stuff. So let me see here.
Go back to David Ellis.
Yes. So, yeah, the newest of the new stuff was where he's trying to get the hearing pushed up. I mean, he's got to pay $7 million a day or something like it, or was it $9 million?
He wanted it in November.
Yes.
I think it's $7 million.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
He wanted it in November. The other people wanted it in April,
yes.
and the federal judge set a March 2027 trial date.
The thing I'm wondering is, if they're going to stop him, why not do it? Why make him wait on this stuff? Because I'm not a big David Ellison fan, but I don't think he deserves that. I think if you're going to stop him from doing his thing, then let's get it over with and stop him, or not. Because you're talking about a lot of money per day that he's stuck with having to pay. And that's the stockholders, I think, isn't it? Yeah. That's a lot of money. And so that's going to bleed him dry. So that may, if he loses this court hearing,
he's in big trouble.
Yeah. And even if he wins, it may be too late to save it anyway. That's the thing I'm worried about on that.
He faces a potential $7 billion termination fee if the deal fails to close by June 4th.
And it's not his fault. So that, to me, is the biggest thing that I'm thinking about, is like, if you tried to put a deal together and you had your budget, like, and they're going to blow that budget out of the water with all these delays, I feel a little bit bad about it. Not totally bad about it, but a little bit bad. I kind of feel like, you made sure Netflix didn't buy the place. So sometimes I kind of think, you get what you get. So
yeah.
But in all honesty, there's no reason to make that business go bankrupt because of that.
Well, he claims, in this article I have, he claims that the 12 state attorney generals, they're all from liberal states.
Okay.
And they, or most of them are from liberal states. And they don't like what he's going to do to CNN.
What's he going to do to CNN?
Make it middle of the road instead of leaning left.
So?
They don't like
that. It's his business what he does with it. I mean, who knows what anybody else would do to it too? I don't know. If they don't like it, they could start their own little news organization to be CNN.
Well, they have. See, the left has two. They have MS now, and they have CNN, and they don't want to lose CNN.
Well, let them buy CNN then. I mean, geez, if that's their biggest complaint, I would come up with some kind of compromise where everybody could win just to get out of the situation. But again, he did screw over Netflix, so
he did screw over.
I don't have a total compassion. I have a little compassion for him because I think it's screwy the way that they're doing this, but I don't have a total feeling for him because I just think he screwed over a lot of people himself. So, how's it feel, Mr. David?
All I know is whoever runs Netflix must be thanking his.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that they probably should pay something to David Ellison for getting us out of it. It's weird. It's just really weird. We're in Istanbul, Turkey.
Istanbul.
Yes. Anyway, so yeah, let him. I don't know. I just have a weird. I feel some compassion, yet not a lot. Oh, here's my Hamas thing. It was in the wrong area. Oh, well, we don't need it now. You already talked about it. Go ahead.
Did you hear, just to wind down here, there's a lot of stuff on AI.
Yeah.
And do you have anything on?
Oh, I got things on AI. I got I got all kinds of things.
What did you hear about? I'll just mention the one.
Go ahead.
Google launches a new satellite imaging AI tool.
Yeah, I don't know if let's see if I grabbed anything on that. I remember seeing something on that, and I don't remember if I grabbed anything or not. Let me look. No, I didn't.
Well, you can drop buildings into on the app now. In other words, you can go into a city, and you can drop buildings or bombs, and make it look like. The AI will generate that there was a massive bomb dropped on Washington, D.C. And so they pulled it.
Oh, my gosh.
They pulled it.
That's crazy.
Google pulled it.
I think that's maybe going a little far, but yeah. Okay.
Well, like you said, and you keep saying all the time, people are going to take something good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was intended so that a developer could go in and develop and have it look like he wants it to look, and can present it to the customer. This is what it looks from space, or this is what it looks from this mountain, or this is what it looks.
I want to look at something, see if my photos uploaded what I think. Something I did recently, it was really cool, and I want to see if the photo was uploaded on here. Yes, it is. Okay, I'm going to show you something that's really, really cool. I'm going to have to back up, and I hope it's still here, or it's. Back when I was in this one band, Mike Tras9h and the Barking Rats. Here it is. I want to show you this. So this was back in the dot matrix days, early. I mean, we're talking mid 80s. I made this and I thought, oh, this is the coolest thing in the world. Last night I was in bed and I thought, I started playing with. I like meta AI. I hate to say it, but I like meta AI a lot more than some of the others. And I took this and I uploaded this and I said, could you update this and make it look real? I want a rat, I want trash can and the moon silhouette just like this, but let's make it look real. And then I said, this is a poster I want to make. So I had it make it. It did a really, really good job. It did. It's like I was sitting there saying, this would be really cool if it comes out. This was going to be the day. I knew there was something I was going to, that was going to be our background for today. Here's what the solution was.
Wow.
It took my picture, my instructions.
In black and white.
And it did it in black and white because that's what it was, the original poster. That rat, look at that rat. That rat's cool. Now, I would have rather had it howling. I should have thought about that because that's what it was, barking rats. I might have it redo it with the howling. But that is darn good. I would use that poster for for a promo. If the band was still around, but they're not.
That's
better than.
And you say Meta AI does it better than the other ones?
A lot faster, and I think that it does it. I really do think it does it better.
What's Meta's AI's name?
Meta AI.
Just Meta AI doesn't have a.
I just have it bookmarked, so I use it on my phone too. I put all my AIs in a folder, but the one I use most often is the Meta one for this kind of graphic stuff. It does the job really quickly. I mean, it's very accurate. It did exactly what I said it. And when I had to do some actually, here's some other stuff I had to do. I was messing around with some. This is a picture of me just holding a microphone. I said I want to make that into a movie poster, and that's how I told it. That's what it came up with.
Nice shot.
And that actually turned out pretty darn good.
He came to sing.
What else did I do? I think there were. I used another AI to do this, but it might have been Meta.
I wonder if you could take a picture of the band and have them do it in a stone face.
Okay, you didn't see that yet. Okay, let me show you. That was really cool. I did that too. Yeah, it should be. First of all, I made a cartoon. That came out pretty good. And then I started playing around with it. I said, what if we did it? Let me see here. There it is.
That is cool.
I wanted to make us all stone faces. Well, that way. Now, I also did it where we were just. It should have been in here. It should be. Oh, also I did this with Meta.
Classic rock.
I mean, does that look like a patch?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I wanted it to be for Salt Road. I was just playing around with things because I'm designing new clothes for my outfits. So I did that, and I thought, wow, that's I refined it because it's a lot better than, like, here's some of the. It originally came out like this, and I didn't want that. But I'm trying to have a front patch with my name on it. But little by little, I just refined it till I said, can we make it dark here for the road? And it did it. But there was also one of these, and I didn't see it on there, where I made us our faces in stone. And then I said, can we make the faces look like these? And it did. That was the end result of that one.
That's cool.
I loved it. I think it just turned out so much better than I thought it was going to turn out, and it just was really awesome. But yeah, that's all Meta. That's Meta stuff. And
well, I used ChatGPT for a graphic for my YouTube.
If you want to see something really interesting that you're going to say, what? That was done with AI? Let me show you something. IMDb Pro. I'm going to show you my IMDb Pro page. Now, this is, the IMDb Pro is not there, but that's how I get to what I'm going to show you. Let me see. Here we go. Let's do this. Okay. Hope it doesn't do what I think it's going to do. Come on. Let me in. There we go. Okay. So this is my IMDb page. Coming up. This is my resume for acting. So here we go. There we got it. Okay. Now, this is the really cool part. Where's it at? Might be down here. Oh, no, that's not it. Where's it at? It's under About, I think. Now we go down here to There it is. Check this out. Oh, where'd it go? Didn't do it. Oh, here it is. This is how I found out about Meta AI. It made this website for me with a matter of a few clicks. I told it what I wanted, and it put it together for me. I did no programming on this whatsoever. You don't have to know anything about building a website, and it built me a website. And here's my stuff, and it goes into, it comes here. If you want to send me a message, it'll send a message right to my email. And all I did was I just told it basic. Now, I will tell you, full disclosure, that it read my Facebook page and came up with this stuff. I told it nothing.
Did you tell it to read Facebook?
Well, Meta is Facebook.
So it automatically, without you asking it, went to Facebook.
It said, would you like, one day I was on Facebook and it popped up right as I logged into Facebook saying, would you like to do anything? And it listed a bunch of things. And it said, make a web page. And I thought, yeah, I could use a web page, because I was doing my IMDb and I thought it'd be cool to do a web page. So I said, yeah, let's do a web page. And it said, well, what do you want on it? And I just said, what do you want? What do you think? And it put everything on there. It said Love is Love music video, 24 awards, which is on my webpage, on my Facebook. All this stuff is on my Facebook. It took it off my Facebook page and put it in a web page. And it, even when it was done, says, do you want to publish it? I said, yeah. It published it. It gave me the link. I put the link on my IMDb Pro, and now I'm going to do one for each of the bands.
Excellent.
I did no coding, zero coding. That's all I did, and I linked it. And even in here, I said, love Planet of Rose, and the world turns. I don't know if I did that. I don't know where I got that. I don't know if I did that or if it decided to do that. I don't know. I may have done that. I don't remember. But I didn't have to do anything on this at all.
Wonder how many websites look like that Meta does.
Well, the thing is, yeah, I mean, you can change it, but here's the thing is, here's my stuff in a snapshot. And social media engagement, analytics, Facebook audience distribution. I mean, I didn't do any of this. This did it all. It did every single, I didn't do anything. So you could realize, I had nothing. It's that, and it did it quickly. This was done probably, well, the original was done in 5 minutes. I had to tweak it because I looked at it and I said, okay, can we do this? Can we do this? And it kept saying, all right, yeah, we'll add it to that. And it kept changing. And then I came back a couple days later saying, yeah, I like it. Can we do this? And it said, yep, here we go. I did nothing. It was so good. It was so easy that anyone, and it says here, made with, you can't see that on your screen, but it said Meta, made with Meta. Or no, it said made with Manus. So actually, Manus is a portion of Meta, I guess, because I did it all with Facebook and their tools. So that was, to me, so cool that I could do that without... Back when I've made web pages before, and you had to worry about, are your links right? Are they exactly right? This did all the links and everything and tied everything together. I did nothing. I just told her what to do. I bought an AI website builder, and it didn't work. This worked. And you didn't have to pay for it. So if you wanted one, say you want it, let's say you wanted to do your podcast, you could build a website in a matter of minutes that talks all about your stuff. Just telling it what you want it to do, or just going, if it's on your if it's on your Facebook, if you have that stuff listed on there, it'll pull it off your Facebook. You just tell it what you want to include.
I'd have to build a Facebook page now.
Yeah, but see, that's where the power of Facebook and Meta really comes into play. If I didn't have these businesses, I would not be on Facebook. There's just no value in Facebook to me. But because I'm in wrestling, music, all that stuff, I have to be on Facebook. When they were going to shut me off, I was really seriously considering not starting another one because I was so tired of it. I got shut off in 2014, and I thought they were going to shut me off again. I didn't think I'd save it this time because I did everything I could to save it, and then I thought, when they shut me down the third time, I thought, this is it. They're not going to get me back, and I'm not going to start another one. And I thought,
still didn't figure out why they.
I have no idea. I think I do know. Actually, it had nothing to do with me. It had to do with a year ago when I got my ID stolen. They got into my Facebook, and they were lingering in the background. There were a couple of names from, I don't know, Philippines or something like that. And they were doing stuff behind the scenes that were, I couldn't read any of it because it was all in another language. But I knew that wasn't me. I'm making comments on these web pages and stuff. I have no idea what they were saying, but I kicked them all off. And when I kicked them all off and there was too much activity, they finally, I think they were suspicious that I was the issue when I was only cleaning up loose things. Yeah. So if you do too much, like I deleted, they had added 1,600 follows that they were following, and they were all like foreign things. And when I delete it, I had 800 or something that were related to what I did, but they had 1,600. I deleted 800 of them, and that's when I got shut off because they saw too many deletions. So, you know, it's just weird, but. Yeah, that's one of those things that I'm never going to totally understand what happened, but that's my feeling is why. They saw too much activity happening at once, and it was like deleting things. So I don't know how long I would assume it was 6 months that they were there that I didn't notice. But the reason I noticed, I was going through pages, just scrolling down, and I saw my name pop up for a post. And it was actually it was India or Indonesia or something like that. It was some writing that I couldn't read. And I thought, oh, there's something going on here. And I started, so I went in and did a little research and started searching for how many people were on my account. There were a couple people on my account that didn't belong on there. And I deleted them. That could have been one of the reasons because I deleted those people first and then deleting all those other things. So I haven't had any issues in a couple weeks, so I'm assuming it's all taken care of.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I changed my password and everything I could possibly do to make it go away. And it seems to have, you know, I check every once in a while to make sure there's no one else on there.
Well, I turn it back over to you again.
Oh, okay. I think you already turned it over to me when I took it back by accident. All right, well, we'll go through some of these things. All right, here we go. Finger-licking auction. Personal items and personal belongings to KFC founder Colonel Harlan Sanders went up for auction yesterday. Well, yesterday, whenever yesterday was. In Kentucky, marking the first time the personal collection was offered publicly. The sale included 68 pieces of memorabilia from Sanders and his wife, Claudia, including his signature black clip-on tie, engraved pressure cooker, personal watches, an original cash register, and a bust sculptured by his daughter. Among the most notable items was Sanders' 1964 day planner containing handwritten notes and a list of 11 herbs and spices that later became the subject of the 2001 lawsuit by KFC, keeping the contents private. The couple's 3-acre Shelbyville property, home to the 5,000 square foot Blackwood Hall mansion in still operating Claudia Sanders' dinner house, is being sold via sealed bid, and with the final bids due on Friday. So you can see we'll see the property. Let's see what it looks like. So here we go. All right, there's where Colonel Sanders lived. Oh, well, that's where Claudia Sanders' dinner house and Blackwood Hall, historic real estate business and intellectual property offering. So let's see if they have wow. It's all right. So the details. Let's see here. Few properties in America offer a combination of history, hospitality, real estate, tourism, intellectual property, and brand recognition found at the Claudia Sanders Dinner House and Blackwood Hall. Located in Shelbyville, Kentucky, this extraordinary offering includes the historic restaurant business, approximately 3 acres of commercial real estate, Blackwood Hall, furniture, fixtures, and equipment, intellectual property, trademarks, and goodwill, and the opportunity to become the next steward of one of the Kentucky's most recognized hospitality landmarks. You need to buy this.
Need to buy what?
You need to buy this this property here.
It's a beautiful property.
Yeah, it's Colonel Sanders
himself.
Well, actually, it's his wife's dinner house and Blackwood Hall, and they're selling it in an auction. It's 68 pieces of memorabilia that they're selling from Sanders and his wife Claudia, including the signature black tie, black clip-on tie, engraved pressure cookers, personal watches, an original register, a bust of him made by his daughter, and most notable, a 1964 day planner containing handwritten notes and a list of 11 herbs and spices that later became the subject of a 2001 lawsuit. Anyway, the 3-acre this is a 3-acre property, home to a 5,000 square foot Blackwood Hall mansion and still operating the Claudia Sanders Dinner House. It's being sold at sealed auction bid, with final bids due this Friday. So if you're going to put your bid in, you got to put it in before that. KFC Sanders sold KFC for how much do you think? Back in 1964, how much do you think he sold the KFC business?
No idea.
I would have never ever guessed this. $2 million.
At all.
In 1964. Well, in 1964,
that's a lot of money.
$2 million was a lot of money. That's probably $2 billion now. But the world's the world's third most valuable restaurant brand. They're owned by the same people that own Pizza Hut and
so.
Taco Bell. Is it
Taco Bell, Pizza Hut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And it says, see all auction items, find out why. What are you doing?
I let her down here. Sorry about that.
Oh, he's carrying around something. He found something on the floor. Yeah, this is it, man. That's crazy. Look at that. That's just have a couple friends over.
Just a few.
Have a band. You could have a band there. That's crazy. Yep, Kentucky, Shelbyville. But yeah, it's going up for auction. I wanted to make sure you got to see that when I started.
I could use that as a vacation home.
Oh,
I live that far away.
Yeah, I'm sure that you'd be like slumming it there. It's nothing like your house. You have a bigger chandelier than that.
Chandelier's probably worth more than my whole property.
Yeah, it probably is, sadly. But yeah, that was crazy. We're talking about autonomous vehicles with Tesla. Baldu begins testing automotive vehicles with human safety operators in London. So that's a little different, but it's, you're just going to have a robot running your computer, I guess. Lyft and Baldow enter London's robotaxi as testing begins. So this is the Chinese giant, Baidu, has tested autonomous vehicles in London as partnership with Lyft and FreeNow, the German taxi and mobility app that Lyft owns. Baldow is latest string of companies to test self-driving technology in the UK. UK has not been open to self-driving. They've been very close-minded. I think part of it is because the UK is so big and so many different countries involved that they're having a hard time getting this thing off the ground and getting it approved. The testing began Tuesday with human safety operators, which comes a year after two companies struck a strategic partnership to deploy their Apollo Go RT6 robotaxis. The vehicles will eventually be available through FreeNow, which Lyft acquired in 2025 for about $197 million. The deal gave Lyft a freehold in Europe's ride-hailing market, where a handful of well-funded companies are now jockeying to be the market with robo-taxis. So it's kind of interesting because they gave Elon a lot of grief when he wanted to do self-driving stuff over there. So I guess now they're opening their minds a little bit because the cars are doing so well. It's funny. There was a report that last year there were 27 accidents involving full self-driving. Now, by accidents, that could mean somebody ran into you. You could have ran into somebody. It could mean anything. But there was a Facebook post saying, "See, it's not safe." There were 27 accidents last year. 27 accidents.
Involving Teslas.
And full self-driving. They could have been run into. It could have been anything. Could have been somebody running into them. It could have been anything. But they made a big fuss out of it because it was Tesla and 27. Now that's as opposed to, let's say, how many car accidents do you think? Let's talk about just this year. Happened in 2026 so far. All right, how many? Let's see here. Preliminary. How many car crashes? All right, let's talk about how many in a year. Approximately 6 million car crashes in a year.
Well, 27, I understand why they're upset now.
Yeah. People they love to stick it to Tesla any way they can, but they didn't. They just made the point. That the thing is that people don't understand, and if they would sit down and think about things, what is one of the reasons that there are so many car accidents? Because there are so many impatient people. And people tend to drive crazy when they're impatient. I was like that. And not as bad as, my record's pretty clean. But, now when I sit back and let the car drive, I watch for everybody else. And I see some pretty nasty, crazy people. And the accidents that happen generally are not because of Tesla. It's because of the other people trying to do crazy things in front of them. How many times have you been cut off in traffic?
Yeah.
The Tesla's not going to cut you off. It does it. If it's not a safe distance, it's not going to do it. So, when you look at things like this, roughly 16,800 crashes happen every day. About 700 crashes happen each hour. Okay. Those 27 don't seem so big anymore.
No, they don't.
But yet these people want to make a big deal out of it. And they said, see, we told you it wasn't safe. Yeah, 27 crashes. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so I got off track, but they're going to have their self-driving taxis. Probably within the next year, I would think we'll start seeing it. So, here it is, 2027. So, but I mean, I haven't heard any negatives about the robo-taxis with anybody. I mean, the one negative I had with Lyft was that they're centralized computers. So if their computer goes down, the robo-taxis pull over.
You mean Waymo?
What did I say?
Lyft.
Oh, yeah, Waymo, yes.
I was confused there for a second.
Whereas, if their computers go down in Tesla, I can still use the self-driving. It doesn't matter because it's not tied to the
central
mainframe. And the one thing about Tesla is they learn that your habits. So if you like to go down this road instead of that road, it'll eventually do the right one. I do notice it doing some weird things, like when I'm going down the highway, it should be in this lane, but it's in this lane, and then it changes its mind and realizes it's in the wrong lane and moves over. Eventually, it'll just do that automatically. That's something that I've noticed that it has done already. It changes its trajectory. One of the things that it did was it was a three-way, and I was supposed to go down the middle, and it would do the turn signal, and it would stay in this lane. This lane goes into two, and it would start to go down that way, and then it would say, oh, no, and then it'd come over here. Sometimes that happens, and that's, but then it learned eventually that this is the center. I run this once a week, so it learns that, oh, I want to be in the middle lane. So that's one thing that's really interesting is that the AI on it is pretty smart. Next, Sheen. You know Sheen, right? Look, we got a cat. The cat doesn't know what he's doing. He's saying, what's this thing? Sheen is like Temu.
Yeah.
Okay. They're under investigation by the FTC. It says ahead of the initial... The cat's listening to music. Let's turn that off. It says here that it's under investigation by the FTC. Company reveals ahead of the IPO, and the details aren't disclosed. We don't know what the problem is, other than that they probably have like 6-year-olds doing all the, soldering of stuff. Says here's another one. eBay former executives are going to have to pay $56 million to a couple who was the target of harassment and a stalking scheme. I don't know exactly what that is, but eBay says it's reached a settlement with a Massachusetts couple that was the target of a 2019 stalking and harassment campaign. The company and its former CEO and senior executives will pay nearly 56. Why didn't they harass me?
Really?
I'm reading this and I'm thinking, please harass me. Yeah, so it says here, let's see, what were they doing? That's a good question. They were the target of a bizarre harassment and stalking scheme. The couple, Ina and David Steiner, had been the subject of a terror campaign in 2019 that was designed to stop their reporting. It says here, the Steiners run e-commerce Bytes, a website closely followed by online sellers who had been angered by eBay executives who didn't like its tone and content. So communications revealed a 2024 complaint brought by federal prosecutors showed senior eBay executives exchanging messages with Ina Steiner, including one where the former CEO Devin Wenig said to take her down. The couple received a stream of online threats and strange deliveries to their homes, including live insects, a funeral wreath, a bloody pig mask, and a book about surviving the loss of a spouse. Additionally, former eBay employees surveilled the couple and attempted to install a GPS tracker on the car to keep track of their whereabouts. Childish.
I hope that CEO is no longer CEO.
I believe all of them are gone now. So that'll teach them. That's, oh man. That's Thailand, by the way. Bangkok, Thailand. Looks like a not so wealthy place. I guess it's not a wealthy place, is it? So yeah, that's a really strange thing. Then we got Johnson & Johnson offers $5.5 billion to settle the remaining lawsuits alleging the company talc-based products caused ovarian cancer. You know, Johnson & Johnson is the people that killed Pam. So I have no sympathy for them at all. I would like to see them pay as much as I could possibly see them pay. So, Trace Atkins mentioned that he was, that his wife, his ex-wife, survived a kill shot after he shot a bullet at her. Good reason to get rid of her. But I think that maybe the divorce was more...
You think?
Trace Atkins survived. I'm sorry, I got this backwards? Trace Atkins survived ex-wife's kill shot after bullet passed through heart and lungs. Yeah, I guess he was shot. He goes into detail how he survived a kill shot from one of his ex-wives. One of his ex-wives. How many has he got?
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Exes, and
yeah,
he may have something to do with this.
He probably did, but you know the old saying, "Bitches be crazy."
Bitches be crazy.
Oh man,
your whole female audience just.
Yeah, both of them. Oh wait, there's three.
There's three.
Oh, I got a story to tell you. Oh, I got things to show you. I'm gonna. This is the last story before I want to make sure I show this. Okay. So during a recent appearance on the past weekend with Theo Von podcast, the 64-year-old country singer discussed his 4 marriages and how one of his exes took it a little far when asking him to leave and shot him. She was mad, wanted me to leave. I wasn't going to leave, so that's how it went down. He said, she put it under my arm and the bullet came out from under my right arm. He went on to share she was holding the gun and preparing to fire it. He approached her with his hand out, asking her to give him the gun when she fired. When asked what it felt like to be shot, he explained, is it that serious? Your body protects you and you just go into shock? And he doesn't remember feeling anything. I just remember getting up off the floor, taking a few steps, and then going back down. That's all I remember. Must be pretty serious. I mean, wow. I've never had a girl that was holding a gun at my head, so... Okay. Let me see. Let's see. How do I show this? I got to go to Instagram. All right. I wanted to show you these promos that we did. By the way, for the record, off the record, I got in trouble for with my sister. She watched our match from this weekend, where I was with Sam, same guy I'm normally with, and what happened was he was throwing his opponent towards me. And I said I turned my back on him. I said, watch this. When I grabbed his foot, I grabbed Sam's foot because they reversed it. and Sam came flying, and I grabbed Sam's foot. Sam took a face bump. She likes Sam. She said, "What did you do that for?" Well, I didn't do it on purpose. I really was expecting the other person to be there, but I now know not to do that again. Okay, let's see. We got to find Sam. Where's he at? Sam Adams. I'll show you the guy that I am working with. Oh, here we go. Go up here. So this is the guy I'm managing. He is known as Mr. Good Luck, and I want to show you this promo. These two promos are funny. First off, there's a guy in my school. The first graduate from our school is Mikey G, and Sam doesn't like Mikey G too much. So here's the first promo. Oh, shoot. Now I got to... Hold on. Got to do that again because the volume's off. So we got to do this all over again. Well, that was the one. That was from 2 weeks ago. He's into the conspiracy theory. He thinks everybody's out to get him. Now, this is from last week. This is the funny one. He's the champion. We took him on. Oh, come on. Stop. He was supposed to be in our match. It was supposed to be a three-way. He's the champion, and he Now, a little background here. He's not my champion. Now, a little background on this. These guys are both heels. These guys are both bad guys, and Mikey G was supposed to be there, and he didn't show. He said he had an injury. So these two bad guys were going against each other, and I can actually show you the match. Let's see here. I should have done this ahead of time. Dummy me. Didn't do that. But it was just really funny because when you have two heels going against each other, it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. But we did do that and pulled off a good match. Let me see if we can get this up here. Oh. Is this already set up? Let's see where we're at here. Move for the fourth match. see where we're at on the card here. There it is. Okay, so there's the match. Oh, here we go. Now, one thing that you need to know also is that the ring announcer is my bodyguard. So he says really nice things about me a lot of times. Oh, and that's not it. Oh. Oh, here we go. By the way, he is a Monster Factory guy. That's where he got his training. And I realized this guy actually has a lot of talent. And he would be a good addition to my stable. But not tonight, but maybe. I might pick him up. That's why you heard that. There's Band-Aids on my microphone because they broke it the week before.
This crowd is quite fond of either one of these men. Matchup underway.
This is actually pretty interesting because J.J. Smith and Sam Adams and other promotions have wrestled with and against each other before. This would be interesting because they're very familiar with each other.
I don't even know. Are we going to have a match or are these two just going to be jaw-jacking at the fans the entire time?
Hey, if you get paid for jaw-jacking.
He's Mr. Good Luck, not Mr. Smart Luck.
Mikey G-Chance are raining out here. He's not even in this match.
He was scheduled to be in this match, but could not medically be cleared to wrestle tonight. Wait, this is actually supposed to be a triple threat. Mike Trash, get in there, have a match.
If Mike Trash took a bump, he would probably turn to dust.
I took a bump the week before, but, you know, I didn't turn to dust then. He poked him in the eyes.
Not surprised.
The intellectual interrupter. Smart being outsmarting and now being outsmarted by Sam Adams.
Oh, and he's scratching his bald spot. Over off the ropes. Nope, Sam getting out of dodge.
Getting out of the way.
I think our cameraman and our camera wire holder need to get out of the way too.
This is pretty much a way we can talk about this right now. So, my question to you is, are you behind the intellectual interrupter JJ Smith tonight, or are you behind Mr. Good Luck Sam Adams?
I honestly don't know. I think if JJ would just take to the damn Megamind nickname, I'd be behind him 1,000%. I am. Never mind. I'm behind JJ. I'm behind JJ.
He's definitely going to be reading those books at a higher pitch. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I think I can hear JJ talking from inside the ring. Might want to get a new prescription. You just shook the wrong man.
I was facing the other way.
Loves to glaze Sam Adams, but he's not at ringside with him. He's been up here in the booth. He's been doing ring announcing duties, and Mike Trash is out here tripping up his own man. I think they should swap roles, to be honest with you.
I don't want Mike Trash in commentary.
You want him as ring announcer?
He might forget people. Oh, there's a headbutt. There's a headbutt. Sam Adams getting out of the way. Mr. Good Luck getting Lady Luck on his side there. He would have stayed in that ring, that definitely would have been a 3 count.
Speaking of forgetting things, I think Sam just forgot where he's at. What a shot. Look at that headbutt. JJ calling for it one more time.
Calling for another headbutt, looks like. Oh! He got that headbutt, but it was on the second turnbuckle. There's that rolling kick that Sam Adams is known for.
Oh, it turned him inside out, nearly dropped him right on the top of his head with that clothesline.
I believe he calls this move, I will rule you. Yep, that's what it is. And a double axe in the second.
And a kick out. I'm glad somebody around here remembers the names of all these moves.
Even in the lesser of two evils, he's still terrible.
Is he the lesser of two evils? Oh, don't forget, hybrid rules means no rules.
Oh no, this was supposed to be competed under SPO rules tonight.
Well, I don't think either of these two remembered that, much like myself.
I never thought I'd cheer for the ref to get the chair out of the way. Oh!
What a blow!
That's a double disqualification.
And that's the end of the match. A double disqualification.
It's anything to do with two heels.
What's that?
Only thing to do with two heels.
That's it. They both walk away. Well, kind of. Now that promo makes sense at the end where they're arguing with each other and then they're holding their crotches. That's why. I should have played it in the other order. So that was it. That's
How many guys do you manage?
right now, one. Just him. Tommy Biz is with us, but he's not wrestling. I guess we can leave with the RIP. I didn't think of that. We could actually do the RIP too. I put this out yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And we got 36 views on it. That's not bad for beginning. But want to guess where Bonnie Tyler stands? And what? Who's the other one that we just had too? Oh, Randolph Mantooth is in.
Yeah.
You'll like this. Mantooth. Well, let's first talk about her. She's, I think, 374.
Really?
He's at 780 something. That's how many people watched that video. Just unbelievable.
That's amazing.
I'm very happy that people are watching that. So, all right, we'll go out with this, and we're going to sign off. We'll just let you guys watch this, and I'll talk to you guys next week. But after this, we'll be playing our finale. Let's see, put this up here, and then that'll just automatically play when we're done. So, enjoy this video. This is if you were a Sopranos fan, you know who he is. He's worked other places too, but that's his big thing he's known for. So we're gonna let you go, and you can watch it.
Vincent Pastore, 1946 to 2026, a tribute to another lost Sopranos character. The entertainment world is mourning the loss of one of television's most unforgettable character actors. Vincent Pastore, best known for his iconic portrayal of Salvatore, Big Pussy Bompensiero on HBO's groundbreaking crime drama The Sopranos, has passed away at the age of 80. For millions of fans, he wasn't just another actor. He was one of the faces that helped redefine television forever. Born on July 14, 1946, in the Bronx, New York, Vincent Pastore didn't take the traditional path to Hollywood. Before becoming an actor, he served in the United States Navy and later attended Pace University. He spent years operating nightclubs in New York City, where he became friends with actors Matt Dillon and Kevin Dillon. They encouraged him to pursue acting, a decision that would completely change the course of his life. Like many successful character actors, Pastore paid his dues with dozens of smaller roles throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s. He appeared in acclaimed films such as Goodfellas, Awakenings, Carlito's Way, Mickey Blue Eyes, and Analyze
My sister put
Directors
Sexy Sam on
recognized that
in
Vincent
the
had
chat
an authentic
room.
New York presence that made him perfect for tough guys, wise guys, police officers, and neighborhood characters. Everything changed in 1999 when he was cast as Salvatore Big Pussy Bompensiero in The Sopranos. As one of Tony Soprano's oldest friends, Big Pussy became one of the show's most beloved and tragic characters. His heartbreaking storyline as an FBI informant led to one of the most memorable episodes in television history, and his final scene aboard a boat remains one of the defining moments of the series. Although his time on the show lasted only 2 seasons, his character's impact echoed throughout the entire series. Fans still debate Big Pussy's choices more than 2 decades later, proof of how deeply Vincent's performance connected with audiences. After The Sopranos, Pastore continued working steadily in film, television, and theatre. He appeared in
So am I going to see you Thursday then?
dramas, independent films, reality television,
We'll do that.
and stage productions.
It won't take that long.
He
It
even
really won't.
competed on The Celebrity Apprentice. using his platform to
that's
support
fine.
charitable causes.
Yeah, that'd be
Wherever he
fine.
appeared,
Yeah,
he
I'll probably be up
embraced the
around.
fans who knew him as
Well, lately
busy,
I've been sleeping
continuing
long.
to
I don't know what's
produce
wrong with
much
me.
more than one unforgettable role. Despite often playing intimidating
Huh?
monsters on screen, friends and
No, that's
fellow
fine.
actors
That's fine.
consistently described
It won't
Vincent
take
as
that long, I
generous,
don't think.
funny,
I think
warm-hearted,
you're gonna
and
be
incredibly
surprised once
loyal.
you
He
see
was
how
known
it
for
really
helping
works.
young actors
It's
break
gonna
into
be.
the
There
business,
might be something I need to look up, but
supporting
I pretty much got
police
it
and
down because I put it on my
firefighter
notebook, like I
charities,
said,
and
that
always making
never had
time
any.
for
It didn't
fans
have
at
anything on it
conventions and autograph shows.
because I wanted to see what it looked like.
Who played Christopher Moltisanti on
Because
The
it does.
Sopranos,
There is a difference in the interface, just in the setup, not in the setup,
so
in the
famous.
actual
Here
look
are a
of it.
few fun
And I had to
facts
figure out
about Vincent Pastore.
what they were doing with it. They moved some things around.
He fronted his own band called Monster Squad, combining his love of music with his larger-than-life personality. He was also a prostate cancer survivor and frequently
What's
spoke
up?
about the importance of early detection and supporting charitable organizations.
Yeah.
Vincent Pastore helped shape what many critics consider the greatest television drama ever produced. The Sopranos forever changed television.
Doesn't say that
storytelling,
it's recording.
and his portrayal of the pussy remains one of its emotional cornerstones. From everyone here at Trash Talking Radio, we extend our deepest condolences to Vincent Pastore's daughter, Renee, his family, friends, fellow actors, and the millions of fans around the world. Thank you for the unforgettable performances, the laughter, the emotion, and the memories. Rest in peace, Vincent Pastore.